Springfield is an indigenous Ghanaian company. And so as minister, whatever I can do legitimately, fairly, within fair conscience to support a Ghanaian company, I'll do it. And I have no regrets for that. However, I wouldn't bend back. I wouldn't breach the law. And I'll put Ghana's interest first. So like you said, why this discussion? Springfield has been working on the Afina field. They conducted some exploration. They have indicated that they believe strongly that that field holds a huge potential and that field is prolific. Don't forget that I'm the minister who issued the directive on the, what do we call it, unitization.
Sure.
Against Springfield. That's on record. I issued that directive. Now, Springfield has approached government, GMPC and SPLOCO, and said as a Ghanaian company, they've invested so much. Where they have gotten to, they think that they will need some support. As minister, what I will do is that I want an independent, fair valuation of that field. An independent, fair, technical valuation and commercial valuation of that field. If that field proves to have the potential, could have already gone through the exploration phase, which is the most riskiest part when it comes to oil production, and it proves that that field holds a huge potential, we would engage Springfield and give them whatever support that is required. If it does not meet the criteria, forget about it. It's as simple as that. Raising funding is pushed to a certain level, and they think that where they've raised, they need some support. And as an indigenous company, any indigenous company, whether in the oil sector, in the power sector, or any other sector, if an indigenous company pushes legitimately, and please let me qualify this word, legitimately, to a certain level where they are struggling, I think that the state should come in and support that company. Is the state going to benefit if it takes a stake in that field? That is one. That is the technical aspect. The commercial aspect. They made a claim that they spent some money. Have they indeed spent those money? Can we validate those expenditures? Very, very critical. And let me be frank with you. I want to maintain my integrity on this matter. I'm determined to help any Ghanaian company. But I'll never bend the rules. I'll never bend fair principle. And so I take all the comments from SF and all those civil society organizations. It helps us shape what we are doing. Whatever report becomes ready, I'll make it available to all of them. And we will all discuss the way forward. There are companies, that is their job. They have to tick all the boxes. How many potential barrels are you getting? What is the cost? What is the break-even point? How much have they spent? How long can you produce that oil? When will it plateau? When will it begin to decline? That is their job. They are trained to do that. And these are international companies that have the reputation. I've already tasked the Petroleum Commission, and they are identifying the 3-tier top companies or institutions. They would engage them based on the TOR, and then we can make progress. So we are not even at the point of saying this is the value, should government pay or not. But this idea that kick them out and just assume the block, I'm not going to do that as minister. A detailed, incontrovertible assessment and a report that meets best practice. And that is what we are going to do. They've told us the huge potential. Very good. But that is not enough. Let us do a detailed assessment, and then we'll take it from there. Because what I get is that it's possible. And viability means that you can do something with it through a tieback. Viability means you can potentially do something with it. It is viable. But then you must go beyond just saying that it is viable to meeting all the necessary preconditions and checking the box on every aspect of it. And like I said, we'll make this report available to everybody. We are not going to do anything shrouded in secrecy. Before we took a decision to cancel the so-called unitization, we consulted a lot. The Petroleum Commission had to do a report. Springfield had to do some drilling. We made that available. The bottom line, and let me re-emphasize this, this is a Ghanaian company. If it turns out that we can work with them, we will. If it turns out that the report does not justify investing even one cedi in that field, we will not do that. And take it from me, we will not do that. Let's get a credible, independent institution to do the validation. And the Petroleum Commission supports that position. This is not just the position of the Minister of Energy. I had a meeting with Petroleum Commission, GMPC, and SLOCO. And Petroleum Commission makes it clear that they did not say that that field holds no potential. They only disagree with the so-called flow rate. So the next question is, what is the actual flow rate? Let somebody with that expertise do that. If they do that and they confirm that the flow rate is not good, we close the case. We go home. We need oil. We need that resource. So let's explore and see whether there is that potential. As simple as that. I think you agree with me on that. The Petroleum Commission says, yes, there's a potential, but we have some doubts. And Minister says, let's clear the doubts. That's value for money. That's the best way forward. That's best practices. And like you said, we do not want to go and throw money into this venture only to regret. And so let's do the initial work. Let's do what every reasonable, rational minister will do. And that is what I'm doing. We've not said that we're going to buy a field and that we believe this is the value of the field. So let's pay X amount. No. We are saying that let's exhaust all the investigation. Let's do a detailed analysis. And the data and the findings will speak for itself. I think that's a better approach. What is the alternative? If I may ask, what is the alternative? The alternative is to do a good job. There's no other alternative than what we are doing. GMPC ought to have a certain free carried interest. And then after the exploration, when discovery is made, and that is where I want to focus on, that means that there's oil discovered. So the risk has been reduced. The state can now increase its stake. And that's where we are. Transparent process that emphasizes on value for money. That emphasizes on competent technical evaluation. After that, I'll meet all these CSOs. Take it from me. I'll meet it, and I consult them a lot. Maybe I don't have to put it. I spoke to Ben, and I thanked him. He really advised me and gave me a lot of impetus. And I thanked him. And you can ask him. I thanked him for his perspective. Others also called me and advised me as minister. The minister cannot be somebody who knows it all. And so I'm guided by all these comments and advice. But let's do what is right. Let's do what is proper. So that tomorrow when I leave office, I can turn back and say I did a good job. The recoverable barrels, the actual cost that Springfield says it has spent, because that will then determine what you want to pay them, assuming we meet all the criteria. And we need to validate. It's not enough for Springfield to say, I spent 200. Where did you spend $1? Who did you pay? Did you even pay the right amount? Because there are standards. You can't just tell us that you drill a well and it was 50 million. When the standard is that it should be, say, 20 million. So I'm even going beyond what you are saying. Timelines is now the issue. We have 3 companies. Let's have a session with them. Let's see the work they are going to do. And then we can agree on the timeline. And when we agree on the timeline, we'll make that available as well. We are dealing with an indigenous Ghanaian company. It's not as if they took the field and sat doing nothing. So that is not comparable. Normally where I revoke a license is when you've been granted a license to go and explore. You are given, say, 3 years and you do nothing. We would revoke and take over the assets. But when an indigenous company has spent money, gone ahead to drill, conducted an appraisal, and shows that there is some potential, I will not terminate that agreement. I will sit with that company, look at what they've done so far, and determine whether we can help that company so that it will encourage other Ghanaian companies to venture into that field. If they do not meet that criteria, we will terminate that agreement and assume the block. I did not say that. I said that there are some conditions. They've met the condition of drilling. They've met the condition of appraisal. They are getting to the level of development. So the two are not the same. They've done a lot of work. They've undertaken a lot of risk. They've invested a lot of money. And as minister, I will sit with them and have a discussion with them. And that is what I'm doing.
My friends opposite, from 2019, for 4 good years, in fact 5 good years, made hell and fetish out of buying and retooling the military. Mr. Speaker, they insulted the former president, insulted my good self. Some of them, led by the foreign minister, became experts in aviation overnight. Mr. Speaker, today you have come and under paragraph 1091, you say you want to buy 1 long-range aircraft and 1 medium-range aircraft. Mr. Speaker, even them to accept the fact that they are intending to buy VIP and executive jets, they are running away from it. This is how the VIP aircraft looks like. What in Ghana here we call presidential aircraft. This is how it looks like. And you intend to buy 2 of them. Mr. Speaker, this is how they look like. I cannot, and let me repeat, I can never be against the purchase and retool of the military. Never. After 8 years, I will never be against it. In fact, I was here to fight for the military to get aircraft. I will never and can never be against it. But you on the opposite side, you need to explain to the people of Ghana why for 5 years you fought against it. 9 months later, you are running to buy not 1, but 2.
There is a budget policy before us that says retooling of the Air Force. Retooling of the Air Force. There is nothing in it about a presidential jet. There's nothing in it about a presidential jet. I recall that not long ago, just about a year ago, that you were in this house to brief us on the need for this house to approve the purchase of a presidential jet because the existing ones were not fit for purpose. And that is why the president was hiring aircraft and buffing in the air, aircraft that had bathrooms, and he was flying and buffing in the air in aircraft that had bathrooms. You were saying that there was a need for aircraft, presidential jet, because the existing ones were not fit for purpose. I am saying that this budget does not mention a presidential jet. This budget talks about retooling the Air Force. And our rules, Rule 25, Rule 125. Let me read, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me read. Rule 125 says, a member shall not anticipate any matter by the consideration of a motion dealing with the subject matter which is likely to be introduced in the meeting. And I'm saying that once we approve this budget, the details of what constitutes retooling of the Air Force, the details will come to us. That motion will come. And when that motion comes, and it is a presidential jet, we'll debate it. But as of now, there's nothing in the budget about a presidential jet. And so you cannot premise your debate on anticipation that this government might be considering the purchase of a presidential jet.
Maybe I'll call about Ediba TVXYZ. So, baby, I will share me piano. Hi, TVXYZ Power 97.9 FM. Baby, I will be an Inside Politics Fridays edition. Now, yeah, dear bro, we dear me this week, Nicholas, yeah, Owusu Olsen. Over to me, Afro-American Nicholas. Baby, I will be an Inchiaka say, Enkomo, ye, papa. Don't forget, say, Hana Ghana, Kasa, Hana Ghana, T, Hana and someone here saw South Sudanino. Yeah, they bro, wo, if you de Cassie, so chi, near bien, him say, will be down tre, now with ye. Inside Politics, you made the man faster the PSC Asada Modu Mo, trading and Ponyankopon. So we be soon to crano in the day ache qua input touch a madabo dream of Mujadi and we're fruit sunny. And see a dear tenano, now maybe Brinana why am my and see a better than I say papa in print. We be soon to crano in the day ache qua. Say. Na yede Inside Politics, the biggest political social program yede bro and a social political show yede bro wo but TVXYZ so I friend Inside Politics ke Nicholas Maji Makonya atena so soro bi o soro to krande nidu ya che kwama tetema da bodwe moje di e mo afrisane a empre di dwumadi na na yesimo no mamenda production team na say o mabo machi do mamedi dwumadi e dey bro Mr. Kelvin Asante ye the executive producer saso na Elder Peter Crantain Abbas Shosika ye Abbas Ashamania and ni ase embrace de o support Liverpool we say Liverpool yenje wo me hu bida omo MCR ho saso na Emmanuel Nete and Emmanuel Kisiso sound no de amaye wo MCR ye ba the main studios ye wo Elvis wa ha enkrani de share enkrani ba Elvis o wa ha saso na Elvis na wo say name ne de say Ashite enkrani ma papa Elvis Ashite saso na ye wo edi si enkrani ana meboa ana adania enkrani edi say name ye den on the winning okay and say enkran form branch here pa obake kran ment here pa mienu na etwa me imprempren also hu efie saso na enkrani de share enkrani ba hema Elizabeth Tego ono se na we siesie me a me ho ayefa me ti yiraw with TV screen see so nti de ateno no TV director de Mr. Ralph Jampo ono no director face ma bibia koso kama with television so baby o bi ano stay glued to your set na yentumen servo with information education a little bit of entertainment na so eka hu bia ye de ko nti na Ghana kasa na Ghana tie ta 170 na wa say we do aso fam yen na yetume ekwe nim na meti ne say asamba kwa wo no say a former NDC parliamentary aspirant wo Greater Accra region assembly koswa owura no membo ni din but mesremu eto se bia ye mpese party aba power nti obi befa party so na ye dia ye bukata bia no bia tene se ebusiakuo bia mo cheso mo wo aboba ho omo 4 plot bi ure I say ya ban na aba nti opeso de power de je asase fi sankofo no ho enya de a ebeboa na ye mpese ibegina de party din be bata nkofo bi ho na omo de aye bibia emfa na kwan mu omama ye friend saying land gas akoho ekutu omo nanse omo ekobubu nso wa woni pass pefe se asase enya wodia ma mempese esini se party ne reset mine no na yemfa party sem yemfa party mbata ye ho fa hunahuna nipa no ono no ye makwan enti wanka so owura wa ye we former parliamentary aspirant one of the constituencies were Greater Accra yempese o de party be bata ho na wo de be hankofo no nkofo so amaken so ye party for pa asama amaken aboba asase ne 4 plot ba ye memfa party 7 ye bukata ne ye friend saying ye kan saying land gas fo nkohunahuna nipa omo so ye party fo ne bi enti ye sremo yesremo say wo jas aseno 4 plot na akope eye 1 plot is down wo so oyibi apem amo anokra na nya wo omo friends obi so no monko ho obi wa asasemi nyansa bi anim owura mesrew memfa sa anya adwuma sa de ne yempe wo the party abatown ya ban na abanam di hunahuna nkofo. We don't like that. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, no, or Pastor Madre, and he's a peaceful man. And NDC Amayoku, a very peaceful party. We don't want anybody, so be you say NDC to attach the BBO ye de huna nipa. Akasa me party na abanti. Wa wunim sa asase nya wodia. Na wodi bukata ko je for mu sem. Asama making e wa Denta High Court. Ye ma court en hwenye na adwuma. Na se bukata sem ne mekokoso ne de. Yesrew a 4 plot abuba ho mom for made nya afi no ka ukosi dan bi wo yibi 1 plot bia eno kra nya wo na wo ko mun kosi obi so no on slipa no so ye party for enye se ye nyeska bi ne ade bi na edi hunahuna bi mu the langas na se o musa asesem besrew min kasa chance asesem kra de men kan bi wa ha but mo ekọ na time me mpese obi the party sem edi be hunahuna nipa kase wo papa we na wo ka asema nom de NDC say aban na abantimu de hunahuna nipa no ye mpene sa de na de ye mpese esi to wura medical aka why a parliamentary aspirant pen one of the constituencies wa Accra hey Greater Accra region hey it's mesrew pa en for party din batay hunahuna nipa no yen so sa de no so jai na mboa asema mekano no jai na mboa ene sa na ye bekano jai na mboa na yekwa nimbio ma civilians workers are omo Ghana Police Service civilian workers omo Ghana Police Service maminchia IGP Christian Tetayewunu IGP mechiao but civilian workers omo ye adwuma Ghana Police Service in fact omo akotua na nsani no mo say omo ka dan pare time omo kan ya de ato anim enti omo hwe say omo jiwudi omo omumu jidie say eye honorable ana say mama honorable nyahwe IGP Christian Tetayewunu ubetumi abo omo because say wo hwe salary omo jeje wo hwa adwuma omo ye adwuma pa civilian workers omo police service obi to me 800 obi to me 700 and sweni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ye resetting mine meaning say ora IGP ora Christian Tetayewunu move forward there mo de be man penifo mo so ahwe because obi ba service in mo civilian workers o mo ye adwuma ho mo carpenters drivers in mekeka ho ndwuma ahro o mo ye wo ho no e wo de te kakra mo share estate department ase wo Ghana Police Service Mr. IGP mo chere se wo de woni je wo so bebo mo nti mo hwe na mo mbo mo maye na sika ne nsuani civilian workers o mo Ghana Police Service in fact me hu document ne niam bi no na ade ya rehosem nsuani sika ne swa anti mpenifo mo na mo ka bi awum mo forward ma mpenifo no mo so ntumi hwe mo mo na asomdwe mbra because civilian workers o mo Ghana Police Service there sika no munyo enkoyi ti atotasre pa yetotasre say ora Christian Tetayewunu IGP mo hwe na mo mboa civilian workers mo forward ma mpenifo na at least ye resetting mine omo so eniema bi nkoso kakra rehosem bi ma ye adwuma ho ache but omo kan omo akotua rehosem ensani na ade a asefem nti we die ye totosre say IGP yenim say wo bo adwuma and police service ni ye adwuma mo civilian workers omo ho no akotua sem no wo de tie nti mo mbo omo maye na bibia service no because a service with integrity then service with integrity bibia ntotodin na bibia ntuminya kama omo because omo akotua sem no enso ani na rehosem mumbo omo na bibia ntumi and conquer. They try to walk cry. Minim se contractors no se a deal. We'll call a Labadi Beach, La Palm. We'll call Labadi Beach. We'll call a quina a trana chess a woo si teshi. We'll call a huano. Bush, friend Bush Road, Elvis Bush Road on. Sa bridge and a walk bridge no more ye na a trap. Who feel a body beach, but la boma, wha utra, no cross ya, no quotation. What can say? Bishi, aha. And in fact, and running, they may use a route and may use our quino. May straight contractor no so speedy up. How are the rater? Ama traffic is hono, a hard draining. I was say then bishi, a year, you know, bishi a year, bridge no more, you know. Miss Shrimpenny for. Miss Shrimpenny for Mamma Mata most more my bridge, you know. So I contract and bitch me speedy up and run in there as a winnie and said the catcher. Traffic car, dear Bahon, a hard draining, a bishi on traffic car, a Bahon, a hard draining ye, papa. See to just say penny for more Sark bishi bridge, you know, or Monshe Mayena, a yaha drink, a aha drink, bishi bridge, you know. Omunyan intem woko hwa car ne bi nkomba bi mmei omun na pressure ombe you see omo fi teshi area ba Bush Road hoba omo fi usu Labadi ha eko eno so ha adwene beshi bridge no ho me sempeni omo ntu hwa na mayen na ya ha adwene ye pa na omo speed up nya intentem no se contractor for Hobart omo nya intem at the rate traffic in si hono car ni bi nko bi mba yesremu a muntu sa na mo no mayen na bibia into me enkonkan mamenko aboso in Prisia Uni Valley mejidi se Osman Alaji Sofu Osman Dauda war chairman wo ni nua Delaguda omuna eko chair aboso ward no ho omuna eji atinem aboso grass factory no my idea papa enya mo anche nansen enko food transfer na di wo aboso grass factory ye ni MPP time kwan omo fa so omo ton scraps aboso grass factory to two mo machines ton di na they are ye di asem ka ye hu say gi okay board for no to meet to anamonkoi enti chairman Sofu Osman chairman Sofu Osman woni wunu Delaguda moye muko ward chairman wo ho kwan omo fa so bwadwo omo mani nda ho na mo nhwe so maye pa yi fi say ho no ade a His Excellency John Dramani Mahama call China by or the investors say ba mo ma sign ya revampo aboso grass factory na mo so amo ho no metumi enya bia di ma bebie tumi akonkan mo aso na mo hwe cooperative responsible cooperative mining na ekoso ho gangwe mo de ende rock mining nti ebon a mokom na mkofa abo ne ba enya de a mo sensu mo nkoso enye sa responsible cooperative mining amoye ho rock mining mo nya ne kama na youth no won so benefit na bibia ntumi nkonka mo nya ne pepe cause bi anka se mitu ana mo mba hwe edwuma amoye ne kyerese ehote nsuo bia nsei we ye nananom no mo ye mo kofom kofa ba nti mo nya ne kama na aboso so mba ho mfa so grass factory so baba so na obi enya bia di na bia ho ato no aboso ho nti Prisia Uni Valley yechechi omo honorable Kujo member of parliament ho nti akese nkomo MCA ho honorable aye yechechi amuina mumbo adwuma apintofo ni na so Ebenezer Agbanyaga wo so ho tesen ho yechechi amopa chechi amuina ne will pimo mumbo adwuma na bibia ntumi nkonka nti chairman Sofu Osman Dauda ene chairman Delaguda mami chechi amo shehu mu se Scott mu ho tesen ho yechechi amuina baby adri mami ntwa me hombra na me ba ye kwayenim Yakwaya Yasaya Bana Yasaya Badia na twa nsem egu bamba so na yedi ho enkomo ye papa. The Vice President Professor Nana Jane Opoku Agyeman ye mame flagship programmer His Excellency John Dramani Mahama de bobo adia edo bia no or the Asempa Nabo 24-hour economy proposal as I engage some foreign investors. I know my din komo e fa the 24-hour economy no ho e kwan a betumi create jobs. Now my enforce endless work cycles e wo oman mu. Nti yankwe na yenkotie ma mi odende Professor Nana Jane Opoku Agyeman abra oni investors ebe pie mu no de omo din komo afa 24-hour economy no ho. Yenti na yenhwembra
our economy. When President Mahama returned to office, he set out a clear, practical vision to make Ghana's economy more productive, more competitive, and more inclusive. That vision is captured in our flagship policy, the 24-hour economy framework. This idea is not about any citizen working endlessly. It is about how we want to organize the economy to function continuously and efficiently, powered by stable energy, modern logistics, skilled labor, and digital networks. It recognizes that in a globally connected world, productivity cannot end when the sun sets. To operationalize this, the 24-hour economy is being built on 8 strategic pillars. Grow 24, make 24, build 24, connect 24, fund 24, aspire 24, show 24, and go 24. Ladies and gentlemen, these are not empty slogans. Each pillar focuses on a major area of transformation: agriculture, manufacturing, infrastructure, finance, skills, tourism, government. This is how we aim to create and translate the vision into practice. Grow 24 connects farmers and agro-processors to 24-hour cold logistics, ensuring produce harvested at dusk reach markets by dawn. Make 24 supports multi-shift industrial production in energy-secure zones. Bill 24 enables extended hour construction schedules that accelerate delivery and expand employment. Aspire 24 allows young people to work by day and learn by night, because skills and opportunity should reinforce each other, not compete for time. This economic reform is built on a reorganization of time itself in service of growth and inclusion. As we move from vision to validation, let us consider the following. Number 2, jobs through transformation and early results. Since implementation began, we are already seeing encouraging signs. Between January and September 2025, Ghana's macroeconomic environment has stabilized significantly.
Inti Professor Nana Jane Opoku Agyeman. Yeah, mommy, the Vice President of the Republic. Onona yete nanu di semino. Debi ankofo so 24-hour economy enya dia ebebem. But metumi aka kire say the government is on course at 24-hour economy. Ebem live. Ashase crowd Port of Tema and Port of Takoradi. And some companies are shassi ye 24-hour economy. What His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, be omo secretariat. Omo ye jwa ye papa guzitando, the dano. A 24-hour economy. Make us say, various district assemblies and so, mayor, ni MC, ni DC, no. You know, my din komo so, omo beshe, abuabi, ne si shoulders or swa. You bet me in various districts, no. yebenya 24-hour market wo ho. It is obi catch us a 24-hour economy MPP free and a 24-hour economy and that dem omboa 24-hour economy no eba ma sabio mbebu na yenye adwuma anye mbebu na sabio wa maya jobless abandada no oma mbebu no ye useless no me catch us a 24-hour economy bem His Excellency John Dramani Mahama as a 24-hour economy no enya dia an hour cry be man a chance 24 hours in no hour bia no you be make sure say it be ye adwuma productivity betumi akosoro maybe be etumi akonkan and the 24-hour economy no e ba so pa and na ye 200 say or the asempa na bo 24-hour economy or the asempa na bo 24-hour economy into no na ye mame or they to a foreign investors in no abrofo no so ani je ho say omudi njuma ba ye be ye adwuma momo so ayele with the result omo hwehwe nti de chene no 24-hour economy eno na ebe majority leader honorable eye Mahama Ayerga ono so odi ato eye Ghana fo yina nim say abane ye committed say Obasanjo we introduce the passing of LGBT and I say anti-LGBTQ bill no enti MPP time Parliament approve we ekoda His Excellency former president Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo enim on sent it to it no so I copy more court omo a no mo bi di konenam court ne mekeka ho enti ti say we court asemansa wa sent it to eye bill no a mo di ho ngoro ebo ho nkura mo ntumi anya no say abani committed say obehwe na waye na we nyina no eye MPP MP a friend Reverend Tim Fojo na say mbia na oka say na bill na ban we peso 200 mo ne meka ho enenti na mo this asemi tudwa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama so why crado some the bill no to Parliament na omo pass we beden anima ompre ho kra or a member the Assemblies of God or a Christiani na impo or ye Christiani no or ye bibini ye Ghana ni when you say Ghana de ye wo bema ye bibi man sa na ye te wo ye bema ye wo ba wo ye ba enya fi na obi ye bema so okoye ba obi ye ba so obeye bema ye so sa de ne so nti e ya de a hono beto ha on be di ho dwuma my president assign no ma ye ho adwuma dodo enti asama honorable Mahama Ayerga Oditudra.
Mr. Speaker, and it's been 6 weeks since the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill, Private Members Bill, was featured on the order paper. The next day it was removed and some disputed reasons were given. A week after, the Speaker of Parliament gave a ruling very clear. The records Hansard captures it that nothing prevents the bill from being laid. It is 5 weeks from the time that Mr. Speaker gave that ruling. And since then, no attempt has been made by this House to have the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill to deal with the canker of LGBT devastating our norms and culture in this country, threatening our family values. And there seems to be a very conspicuous silence on this. Mr. Speaker, the House must not create the impression that what was a priority in the 8th Parliament, a priority to the 275 members of Parliament, has suddenly been thrown under the carpet and has suddenly been jettisoned by the 9th Parliament. We debated it and we concluded. The controversy was resolved. Speaker declared that the bill has to be featured on the order paper. So the attempt by this government, by blocking this bill and blocking it from being featured, is a big disappointment to the people of this country. To the over 93% of Ghanaians who believe that marriage is between man and woman. It is a big disappointment to them. We demand that if it was oversight or error, it must be added to the order paper so that next week it is laid and presented for first reading, because on record it has satisfied all the processes by the dictates of our standing orders and has been duly approved to be presented, laid for first reading and consequential referrals. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
As the records of this House will testify, the government of President John Dramani Mahama and the NDC majority, and I believe the Right Honorable Speaker, we are all very committed to the passage of the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill. If you recall, a couple of weeks ago when we debated this, I was the person who insisted that the fastest way to have this passed into law is to take a position that this Parliament has already passed it. So what is left is signature. And I recall many on your side arguing against my position, and so Speaker ruled, and he ruled that so far as he is concerned, the life of the 8th Parliament had elapsed, and this is a new Parliament, and once it wasn't signed, it had to be reintroduced afresh and taken through all the stages. So if you had listened to my advice and sided with me in the debate in this House, that we should treat it as having been passed by this House, and that once it is passed by this House, it is not part of businesses that have elapsed. By now, we would have left it squarely in the hands of the presidency to sign. But because I didn't get that support from you, the position became that it hasn't been passed, and so we must take it through all these processes. So if there's anybody committed to this legislation being passed, clearly it is me and then the people on this side, especially to have it passed expeditiously. Now, you decide that it should be freshly considered by this House, and I think that at this point, the Speaker indicated that it is going through the mail and will come back to this House. And so it is not an attempt by government. It's not an attempt by government. And President John Dramani Mahama has indicated time and again that any moment that the bill is brought before him, he will expeditiously sign it. So my honorable colleague, Honorable Ntim Fojo, even though in the 8th Parliament, I really didn't see you actively involved in having this bill passed. I know you were a sponsor of the bill, but as we considered it, I didn't really see much of your involvement. I didn't really see. If you recall, it was my committee that it was referred to. It was my committee. And then I didn't see much of your own personal involvement. And so I am surprised that all of a sudden you think that this is an urgent matter that must engage a priority in terms of the work of this House. And also, when we were all putting pressure on President Akufo-Addo to sign, I didn't see you helping us to put pressure on President Akufo-Addo. I didn't see you. I didn't see you resisting, you know. And now you have found your voice, and you think that President John Dramani Mahama or the NDC is conspiring not to have the bill, you know, introduced and passed. I can assure you that we are very committed to having the bill introduced and passed.
Enti Reverend Ntim Fojo, minim adentia wo kan say nkonfo frustrate process no. process way obi am frustrate process no ade a aban ne committed na parliament so aye crowd so mbe pass nti reverend nti mfojo mesrew momo time no wentumi ansole ngina abra His Excellency Nana Danko Akufo-Addo Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia Muslim ni mapa omubo hu nkro mudi hu agro man sign no wentumi ansole ankasa na obo opposition na wo kasa highness offer straight process no obi ani wo frustrated process no this has a medium say wo kan we de etekakra obi ani ho a offer straight process no enti ade eteno no enya de obi a frustrated process yes remo a so omuka so obi frustrated process na me no wanya adwene aban no ye committed majority ye committed say ombehwe normal pass na bibia etumi akọ enkan enti dia etena no na muni papa bi a friend of Professor Stephen Adai che muni mne pa His Excellency Nana Danko Akufo-Addo bae ofa no ma koye boche kra o GR ni ate Professor Stephen Adai papa ya san aka no na Professor Stephen Adai said then Professor Stephen Adai say currently government of the day His Excellency John Dramani Mahama led administration omo legalizing galamsey through gold board Professor Stephen Adai yeah prof sometimes we a professor we a papa penny yeah papa sometimes I all can send be yeah what the take akra nine mo sini ade a ekun against illegal mining bebrebe Professor Stephen Adai nti hu ana eja yeah papa you to we can send be na me kra na ma basa Professor Stephen Adai ba ne sen na hu say yeah papa you kasa what mama ye hwe ensem nembra nsem odi tu dwa no ye ntie mbra ye ba maka bibi kakra share Professor
the Galamsey, who are the Galamseyers? The politicians, the chiefs, and the security agents. They are the responsible for polluting the whole of water sources in Ghana. And they have a way of making it look nice. For example, the current government, which in many ways is doing well, has legalized galamsey. Gold board is legalization of galamsey. Oh, yeah, no. We buy from the small gold miners. If you're able to distinguish between the small genuine gold miners and galamseyers, you could have stopped the galamseyers. So be careful in your own way that you don't abuse the privileges of your office.
Enti Professor Stephen Adai. Prof, what's the man who came pa de? His Excellency John Dramani Mahama by 10 months in Shekwanya wafaswa okun etia galamsey illegal mining. Now what can say we legalize galamsey through gold board. When you pay men say anything. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama buy the gold board about the Ura Sami Jemfi, lawyer Sami Jemfi, did not wano. Yen shem faso dia gold board buy dia bremino. Yen she golda, ye reserves ye was here, yen she sikabotenia or diaba. Ebe, Professor. Mesro. What's on ye do? We are the nimapa, Mesro. Ye to se bia, ye won a crena moma yenka. Ye then ye legalize it, ye illegal mining through gold board. Papa, what's a man working in nim? Mesro. Professor Stephen Adai. What's a man working in nim? Mesro pa. Enim. It is handsome, dear. Mogu. Mesro pa. Omo awo kache omo ina omo nim se asama o kan no kra bi anim omo nim se ya atro enti Professor Stephen Adai yes sropa wasama wo kan die enim yesropa the kro bi enim nti mento sebia mfuturo emfengu ni pani fi se eyade a ne kra bi enim nti saa na tie asema wo kan de enim kra nti nyade a yebeso saa nsem no so kra enche ye ne Dr. Agbozo ebedi enkomo embre ne duru aye ne Dr. Agbozo ebedi enkomo simadu ade enimi ti Dr. Beji Wakonya na yenkoye enim Dr. Agbozo ye doctor bia wakoda ye papa na miankasa mete hei mede nipa bebre na akọ epushi ma o akọ Dr. Agbozo ho a wetumi abo o masa o mo yare na menimo so ma wo fem to anamo na kwa Dr. Agbozo ho na ontumi mboa so obo no ho mbodin ye papa Dr. Agena Konya atena so na yebedi enkomo be ma waye mre wompem oba infection ayo wonti ukompem a eda e friend de woni ukunu munya bi me pa cho eya nsu bi gugu enka bi efisa bi wahemfie ho ba no enso ani me pa cho bebre Dr. Agbozo betumi aboa wo pushing kofo akoho na dance de ye fi ho ba no e bra adwene ntiase so enti to anamowe na duru Dr. Agbozo ho na ontumi mbo doc akwaba
mejo zoken
bibi aboko de
yankopado me ho dene no ho dene papa
more than say me who said doctor and minimum more than 8 years
yes
na djuma wa bon e bra adwene ntiase so o ma pushi o ma ba na say o mde abetu anim de obi mu ho mu to anamo ba o said da be ye presenters no ho e be ka kire say kin ye hu so ni doctor we kasa na me kwa ho asem te say no kre minim kra de nipa miense tumi abam ho e de ho adanse koso bo adwuma na fobo a
correct
my control Ghana ni nya herbal doctors te say wa enche ye yare ni edwane over to you Dr. Agbozo
mejo so ye mo bibiara ajo ye ma good evening bium ye wotwi ne aka ne brofo na de ka ne say Agbozo Herbal Clinic de ye moto no o hwa eno a na King Nicholas aka no wa chichirim na ya na enkrofo a wo mo abaye nchen na Nyankopon nam ye so asam ya de edoso ye pa obi se King Nicholas na de number na me Mugabe ena de me call power me call TV expert ayaresa no spread ya na spread but the American say akawo a wo hwe me wunti na mete ha wo be ma kro no ana oba ana ya de kro na show mu a untu anamo ma Agbozo Herbal Clinic no ato se wo me pa cho wo na me kan wa asem no akase sebi odu problem bebre Agbozo Herbal Clinic and Dr. Agbozo me enemy magician of what all sexual weakness bra nafa u problem no bedan ye keke na dan wachiko na de etie nie Agbozo Herbal Clinic no ye de no eye clinica obeba ho na ya treat you ye oba na ye diagnose problem no bia ye ma treatment a any problem now the buy no pepepe sa anyway ahwe into be because Agbozo Herbal Clinic juma be no mudi wa wo hwe me no juma ye di no ya hwe wo etitiri no ebi eni ya de bi etise kokobu obi a sebe uja onan na ukokobu eba bete ho na sebe impredu asa jise wodonsa ana tissue pia koshim ansa na why uki no potoka semi friend hemorrhoid ama hemorrhoid ya de Agbozo Herbal Clinic ye saba ko pa eno no enti obi anim se oba Ghana ha no mo a Agbozo Herbal Clinic de ye champion eba hemorrhoid problem a ye sane ye papa enti se wo yo ba na uja onan na ukokobo eba ansa na wapia ko hyimu a enye saa na Nyankopon bo ni pedua no ena wo ye be man so na uja onan na sebi eno nso eko na eko ko hyimu a eno nso enye saa na sebi eba betua na odon se pia ansa na ko hyimu eno nso nye saa ena otwedi ampo Nyankopon ebo na mmom no Nyankopon ye ne se uja onan wi a anos na nkasa no eno ankasa timiko na ko hyimu na ho ato enti ento se wo de se bin producer onsa ebe pia ansa na ho ato no wrong enti Agbozo Herbal Clinic ye say Brian Chen na ye ma ayaresa se o hwe screen no so a me number na egu screen no so no o enkra ha first number na edikan no 0241 75 0282 eno ne number o be frame e wo so ena number etoso mienu no eno eye Kumasi eno ye 0553 417752 eno ne number etoso mienu no eno no eye 0553 417752 eno no eye Agbozo Herbal Clinic ye number eno no ena de etoso miensa no eye 0557 402696 it is a hemorrhoid ana se kokobo ana koku no ena ema kokobo eba na how dia na bia odi weni be kire no Agbozo Herbal Clinic ye bebo awie papa ya de ba kon ade yi papa no erectile dysfunction yidi o hwe screen so numbers ni go so bronya we eba no emema ni nyina no ye bom nka ye se shaase si wosikan. I'm talking about your sexual machete. And I say your sexual cutlass. No, shall say you sharpen them. If you say benya enough holidays. Denti na make sa emema ni bebre no ano eta de adwuma ema excuse say me be man to me sorry ye bi say ya na mabre. Me be man en sorry if we say ye ko adwuma mu adwendwen ne mabate ne akaka kre bi pe just 1 month. Few months to come no na ubenya holidays e was so privilege or you say enye adwuma nka ye bema na mom no bia ba kon be be siesiu na erectile dysfunction ya sama woni Agbozo Herbal Clinic e na odu ani be kire nti Yankopon ya adoma Saturday egbai o chena ekoni nyina hye adwuma 7:00 am and upon 5 p.m. ye ben kwashima na hemfie no won kran pe Kumasi odichem so Old Insurance Junction ene ye tema your community 25 Savannah Junction any Deaf Track Estate and a dim anymore. It is a ED problem where from the age of 45, 50, 60, 70, 80 what you say na erectile dysfunction a friend ED for nature Agbozo Herbal Clinic. You best some ya papa. Diabetes na high pressure no hamunti ama mema ne bebre more than ma mema na toto from Agbozo Herbal Clinic. Na yempejama and I'm sure some 1 or 2 benefit of sex who say very important to Nipeduano se obema se be producer we are sex these are the benefit to you the man no se be producer reduce high blood pressure sometimes as reduce high blood sugar ena sound sleep ema odaye papa ena control anxieties any tiredness ebia wa bre woni peduonam nya sex it me control sania mani ye papa ni peduonum ema scientifically me hu say systematically no kwa no ema unyini che into this are the few benefit of sex those me bring them these are the few ones I make actually say open say unyini che kwa no sex it me ma unyini che and then one of the best form of exercise so we swimming kura free ha no ena ka me say the second best form of exercise it will be asking you sex it is sex is very important in human life both for both male and female into your ba now so what think kanya udi bani be kire Agbozo Herbal Clinic ye beboa ye papa na so nya sa benefit ni bi na ehwehwe no biom ye hu se uye good sex ana sexually no protective prostate cancer ana say prostate enlargement prevented the prostate from growing enti mo a say mema bi wa mo be man ntan sorry enti obu a watin kanatiko enti won anye sex sankrofo we no do na wa prostate problem anya prostate cancer problem if it's a de obe man nyankopon mo say fa jonso keke na emonu uye sex these are the benefit prostate no kra no prevent no ema ball prostate no ho ban ema it's ama prostate cancer kra no se eba if me a sign into sex no very important now obenya sex no so obenya tumi aya gise unya good erection so no eno so na issues no ebia na hormones dey testosterone is the problem udi bani be kire Agbozo Herbal Clinic memo aduru obekwa akodum me saw yade ema utumi se obema no afi wo sɔre no ankasa na gyina hɔ mɛma bebree do ahomakye a mo bɛma no ɛnsɔre ɛnyɛ good sign crack ɛwɔ sɛ wode w'ani kyerɛ Agbozo Herbal Clinic na yɛnsa mo yadeɛ mepa so sɛ wowɔ ɛnkran ha no mu a tie me baabi a wowɔ the whole ɛnkran ha no yɛwɔ Kwashima de bɛn Kwashima Chiefs Palace no enti deɛ hia ne sɛ fa ka ɛsi Kwashima traffic light na obisa Kwashima Chiefs Palace no frɛ me wɔ 0241 anaa bɛtumi ama me WhatsApp message 0241 75 0282 ɛna sɛ wowɔ Kumasi 0553 417752 ɛna tɛma 0557 402696 yɛade a yɛsa asa baako pa yɛ prostate enlargement wa yɛde rubber kora hyɛ wa sɛbi wodwonsɔ na wodwonsɔ fa rubber mu no Nyankopɔn yɛ adom ɔkyena kɔ no nyina no bramahwɛ yɛwɔ Kwashima mɛsa wo yadeɛ mɛma wɔdura mmoa no ma yɛbɛyi rubber no kama mewɔ adanseɛ no bebree ɛwɔ hɔ no aba yɛbɛprovi akyerɛ wo woyɛ obi a sɛbi mpiredua yɛde rubber ahyɛ wo bɛmam wodwonsɔ a ɛntumi ma wonni nkran ha kora frɛ me number no anaa ma me WhatsApp message 0241 75 0282 mo a yɛde rubber ahyehyɛ mo bɛmam no wenya prostate enlargement ɛma yɛde rubber akɔhyɛ wo bɛmam wodwonsɔ mu yɛ wo ya ɛmu hyehyew Agbozo Herbal Clinic bitumi aboa wo ma me WhatsApp message was 0241 anaa bɛfrɛ me 0241 75 0282 wowɔ Kumasi a bramaso yɛyɛ ɛwɔ Kumasi Dichem so 0553 417752 yɛahyɛ rubber fabra Kumasi Dichem so Old Insurance Junction epemu eduru epeyi ɛna tema yɛ community 25 Savannah Junction ɛhɔ nso yɛ san yadeɛ ni papa wa wo low sperm count na untumi enwo no Agbozo Herbal Clinic yɛ san yadeɛ ni infertility ahodoɔ me ba cho ɛma nkɔra ɔmo awo ɔmo bebree wa Agbozo Herbal Clinic di mu no deɛ ɛdɔso enti akasa wo nso sɛ unya ba na infertility nko na ɛha mo a adenti na mo fo mani nkyerɛ Agbozo Herbal Clinic na yɛnsa yarewa no ɛma mo me pa cho bra na bɛka wo yadeɛ kyerɛ me na Nyankopɔn na me so ɛbɛsa wo yadeɛ me pa cho abafra kuma na so Nyankopɔn ayɛ me David sɛ wo yadeɛ nte sɛ Goliath mɛtene tɛ ɛde ama wo eti bɔmmɔde na nya gidie na bra me nkyɛn na wo yadeɛ nte sɛ ɛbɛsa ama wo eti prostate hemorrhoid de how erectile dysfunction bi nyina yidi yɛbɛhwɛ ama mo ɛna mmeranteɛ no yɛpɛsi yɛgye yɛ 3 point mmra ya no bibiri frame wa sɛ me boyfriend ne no wɔ no wɔde si ani a 1 second ɛno ano no mehunu hwi bi ne bɛma bɛsɔra de sɛ 3-4 days me pa chow over 25 30 to 40 years mpona bɛma ɛsɔre baako a ɛntumi sɔre bi ɛne obɛdi 50-60 ne na deɛ ne bɛto enti bra na premature ejaculation ɛhawa yɛbɛsa wo yadeɛ wodwo nso a wote sɛ ɛdwonso no pampan wom obema mu ya oya obema mu kika why masturbation saa enti sɛ akɔse hormonal imbalance a odo ho kan oba na sɛbi obi a no oba no gusu di agrokra na ho asane a Agbozo Herbal Clinic na metumi aboa me no ya brema be sɛ oba me ncha me na metumi amo aduru a obenum a hormones ne be balance back a obetumi ni oba akɔ milita ope na wabo say yes Agbozo ye kan ye yo enti bomodi asa wudi wani be kyere ya so ye na obi a onsa no nan ye titiriti ebi a onan ba akwa adwudwu onsa adwudwu untumi nante bra oba ye be treatment me ka cho say ye clinic enti oba no bo aho say oba no aba be treatment we ya so ye treatment na ye enti oba ye gibre na ye de wafa nhwehwemu ye nhwehwemu wi a na ya hyase treatu ntubo sa yade na mreketu ebi no na yade na furu ni peduem na ho ato enti bi arthritis na hawo na rheumatism oda na juna onan no site titiriti ana onfa ba bi adwudwu ona adwudwu nsa adwudwu ni nyina no so de beba Agbozo Herbal Clinic ye bebo yade no toso enti yentimi amakakra na ye boso no wetumi ama WhatsApp message ni wobisa me ye sign ye be ka kyerɛ me be na ayebe ye adwuma from Mondays ekokopim Saturdays ye share adwuma ase 7 o'clock am adopa na yapon 5 p.m. Sundays no o frɛ no so a ye beju so na aba behwew me pa cho me sore no na betumi a WhatsApp me ana be frɛ me e was 0241 eno ya kra number no 0241 75 0282 eno ye nkra ena Kumasi Nyankopɔn ya adom a obi bisa me sɛ raba no a ye de hye no ye de den pa cho ba ye duro ne ye be ma ho obenum ekuru na ewo prostate nyina beyi ebewu na ye rubber na ma nti betumi adwonso afa wa obema no kama saa na ye no enti no se owo Kumasi 0553 417752 Nyankopɔn ya adom ɔkyena hia mo ho na tema 0557 402696 enti mo fa 3 numbers ni nyinara o frɛ baabi na nkwa mo de mo mfa na money enkasa yadeɛ no deɛ sɛ ɛte sɛ de oba agbozo back no be no because your treatment are here original and perfect one the whole of Ghana ofrɛ yɛ ne ababi owo bia no onsabe kan yɛ service no 0241 75 0282 and na yɛ enkra na ma from enemy ni nkomo same time next week ibi se share yakopon shiraw o ma agbozo kura no nyame nsa o yade amen
amen it's Dr. Abozo na yete enenka no me pacho to anamo na akọ na kwaje wa yarehwe oye obi obo no hombodin ye pa enye se menim ye pa menim ni sign be 8 years ni na metumi aka se wo do yarehwe kọ ha obetumi aboa na bibi etumi akonka kwashimande close to the Chief Palace obenhu no ho nti to anamo na kọ na doctor memendai no ye adwuma ontumi hwo na bibi entumi konka baby edre yebekwa akwaje aboafo nkrato oba ko mienu miensa yeba and social commentators mienu na mene omudi edwumade wa ha yewo eye Adoma Junior wa ha yebetene nka saso na yewo eja nkatea so wa ha ekukuda mienu na nde ye delve into issues so egu eye bamba so a yebeka wasemo inside politics so mamenja aboafo nkrato ba ko mienu miensa meba nde Friday bojaye meba sesia.
Hi, I'm pleased to introduce to you Cancer Mixture, a herbal mixture for arthritic pain. Arthritis,
it's me.
Cancer Mixture, no, Cancer Mixture, no, Cancer Mixture. Yeruba Biara na Nudruo, Moria, or arthritis. Cancer mixture, obey your juma when you put it inside. I'm a pencil new gun. And if you did Vienna menu, on your market for in your button, I want one menu for. First, baby, I'm from one Sanka, Senior Susan, Bonibiara, home doctor, and I report for FDA Med Safety App Nodo.
And Gratui, FDA App Nodo.
Na ede na ya obeya oda former son ye funu emunumuni.
Oh Mr. Entry also yare ya titi me ben fie pi nanso ne yam nyono da se me chew no ahodo amato a me hunu hwea ebe ya nwanwa
menyi ni se what also tamfo Hexa capsules any Hexa mixture ya no mbom kotia also no bia ma no anom anka ne ho ato no dadaada also dro de eno any Hexa capsules any Hexa mixture
ankom ni nchiremu
also ye kura eto ye funu ene ensunumu etuma wo ye funu ekeka wa wogire wo ho a enye also etumi ema wo ye cheko ebra wadidi awie so how aye also there compare Hexa capsules any Hexa mixture nanum bom na ho ebeto
pedudu etu a ko okanshi drug lane Kumasi Dani Herbal Takradi AA Mensa Anafre 02038228855 Apefo abatan ya woma won mofra no fo ene mofra woni mfiedum enka ho Hexa capsules ene ne mixture
all satan for edie age edwadie nkrato yi atom.
Hi. Now let me tell you about Safari Valley Eco Resort, the first of its kind in West Africa. Upon your arrival, you are introduced to your butler, who plans your itinerary.
We were surrounded by wildlife from the moment we entered the eco park.
So many activities, all in the same premises. Visit the gym or the stables, they have it all. At my break, I'm able to practice my putting.
We also went fishing on a man-made canal. Our tour guides taught us so much about the wildlife and how to interact with them.
They used only electric vehicles here. This creates a serene environment. I'm told it's over 1,000 acres. My cabin here sits on 2 acres with a large terrace space overlooking my private swimming pool. Now this is royalty. They have their own farms, thousands of fruit trees. I can also have my lunch here at the waterfall. Quite a beautiful place you have here.
Visit Safari Valley Eco Resort in Ghana, bringing you closer to nature.
Obrebo eye edwumada. Ebwa eyam eduane. Ebwa eyi insa free ni peduanim. Na ebwa woni pedua ma etena ho yie. Nanso, when we say Niama Aidi, na yenom, Timmy my brebo ye ejumaden sen pote.
Me who da? Me brebo ye ejumapa. Ebia se me to ye bibi boa me brebo.
Annie, and nothing about the left feet from the Moses Clinic, we have our center about herbal food supplements. We see the boa brebo, ama a ye jumaye.
Now, any juma.
Fatopa yenu, and no pani anymore. Na a boama brebo ye jumaye, send a beya, a bit me and yam a jania woody, a sissy ni pedianimo, a ye moving see.
And no, me brebo can't.
Ubenya Live Kid or pharmacy, herbal shops, ne supermarkets are a bell. Sa wope do so to up. Fresh 0244 06 8447. Live Kid, Wawa Brebo, Wawa Nipedia. Edro ye enye ma apemfo. Ema ema omomanfo. Ne mmofo a wonya mfie dumie. FDA agi dwedie krato yi atum.
The serene environment fits into the goal of the school, which is simply to provide excellent educational foundation for your ward's development before they commence primary education. At first glance, clearly you will see why the school is called Hebron Hills International School, as the building stands tall overlooking town. With a Montessori style, we have experienced and dedicated staff and trained teachers. Our small sizes classrooms are meant to enhance teacher-focused approach where children get one-on-one attention from the teacher. Hello there. We are open at 7:30 a.m. and school closes at 2:30 p.m. After school care is from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. while early drop-off can be arranged at 6 a.m. Hebron Hills International School is located at Midye off the Nsawam Road. Locate us with GP postcode GW0688 GA West and GPS code 06884870. You can contact the school and make further inquiries on 050-876-2375 or call the office directly on 0302-918768. Email us at hebronhills.school@gmail.com. Hebron Hills International School. Excel and shine.
Mesamo akwa babiom the ba TVXYZ so baby awa utie baby awo so hwe power 97.9 FM me mamu ina akwa ba de ba ma Evidicasi so inside politics Fridays edition na ye de brewi ye wo Adoma Junior ha social commentator sasa na wo eja nkatia mfante kasa twifo no kan eja ejankatia enye kumase pe eyi achemisti na wakati aha nti anode ejankatia ana Adoma yensa na momoka no ejankatia bayan fan for ye kan eja nkatia ekuku da me na me no mo bedi adwuma wo eye fidue ha na bebi amedui ma memfa eye nkaiboi emfemfem yenhwe Dr. Callistus Mahama na mame nyame ya adoma ochina ne mame ye friend Madam Salome eye Afishata ama Mahama nyame ya adoma ochina eye 22nd of November eye 2025 ebekoso 10 am ochina na pa funeral rites na bekoso and memorial service na bekoso Salaga Astutef ho 10 ana papa pepe wa Salaga Astutef eye Dr. Callistus Mahama o mame na defo me Madam Salome eye Afishata ama Mahama nti moma yenhye so ye mame nya 80 years na yenkoja eye omo kama na bibia entumi enko enkansa saso na eye Dr. Omaneboama sesia de ebusia de eye date na aba nti nyame ya adoma eye Saturday 13 December 2025 or Jackson Park of Oforidua. Free anapa 12 midday kwesi 6 p.m. on a Saturday no normally funeral right at the Bebro. So na Sunday 14 December 2025 or St. George Catholic Church and our St. George Catholic Cathedral Oforidua 9 a.m. na make us say no so a Thanksgiving service because so omuria na on the final funeral right now akwatwa so 14 December na 2025 or Jackson Park Oforidua free 12 midday kwesi 6 p.m. enti mama yenshanin so papa Dr. Omane Boama or your former defense minister no mokodi juma mukusha kwensha wono ono so na yi hon hwehwe na ba ti mama yenshanin so 13 December because Oforidua Jackson Park na bibia etumi akọ enkan we so aseda papa chief Julius Deborah okopie mu Ashanti region Kumasi papa chief Julius Deborah okopie mu Ashanti region Kumasi nti ubehu na kwesi NDC regional chairman ubehu the mayor of Kumasi okopie mu abra see wo dem the passion gold see wo dem passion gold see wo dem passion gold urana na siedu ono na odi ni moni na busua abra ne papa Mr. Emmanuel Anthony Kweku ofi mo no nti see wo dem passion gold chief baba kono no okopie ne papa fi mo no no osa no see wo dem passion gold say aseda kese no dem the chief of staff honorable Julius Deborah one Nana Kwesi Ashanti regional chairman Ura Sami Jemfi penino the gold border no one NDC fraternity no and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Kukudama abra ne papa Mr. Anthony Manuel Kweku fi mo ayadia omukuja no oni ne busuan na no yemfa aseda Emma Chief Julius Deborah one ne wife ene empenifo mo aban mu kwan ombeja no ne ni so papa wo mo ye ma no enti esa na tie KM boss so na ete wonte one ne busuan na omuchia Chief Julius Deborah over the weekend when we so appear stadium so na odim na busuan penny see odema passion gold na see edu na busuan na omuchia chief ne empenifo enti last weekend my course wo Kumasi Kumasi no mukoja ma bibia etumi course abo kese enti see odema passion gold chief baba kono no na asiedu na seda no de ma Chief Julius Deborah ene mpenifo mukoja no abra ne papa okata na chi kra enti de atene no Chief Julius Deborah ose aseda kesem komo meso makonta no me chiba na ware na asiedu ti makonta pa enyenchen de atene no enti ma membra studio say na ora adoma woni ese sha ya che breni me bibi aboko de mo se da rafu hu anene ni aje osimu hu adoma che TV director na bibi aboko wa hafo
oh boni bi eno
bibi adi mboko yes bibi na se minim se family ni tina ma yenta hu ha
yeah asoja fo na bebo ya mre bi kakra bi
ja won ka hu nti
na bi se ne kuro ni nyina na abu ye ni constituency
ba na na e be che mo bo mo
second one they say word be say free sweep first one na on buy crony de kakra police for job and on ko organize your buy na na free sweep
on pay defeat o
David.
Sa win deal with military da. Military pay defeat. And they say would deal with them.
Yes.
10 years squad they will come.
Yes, they will come.
That obeba unannounced.
Yes.
And it's an omo ye o madi.
Go na baby
Who say BBC I know what to kwan.
Aha.
What the anje?
Because omo chechi innocent people fry na man here.
Over time say say baby to it.
And I'm say oboase so say free crew be said danger. I think so also
oboase crew. No more attack. Say EP4 ni one of the villages
if you say sad no o pay bit ma so anu a
waso anu
I was say kroma no ene o man panfo no o dialogue because when we say kroma no yati amanyo semni amamu na se as compared to the earlier days no ene kroma no anatimamfo no nya ahoɔden etima withstand a certain force first me so say nka so janya na odwumrika ko hye nwura mu but na wo hwa videos adina na mabonten ayehwe nyina we hu say kromano ni military men no omo person omo exchange even omo kita AK47 no cross still am omo person omo go forward ni omo exchange na o san hwe so na so aforo so ayedin na omo hwe omo it means say there's a little bit of understanding bia omo say enye gidigidi na o say ye no because oman yase japade na wo assassination na oman itimamfo dia amampanyi na nye den ehwe somaye enti wate ase o na mimi wu kona ko ayi na chance da be na menya biadie enti mitu sese enya biadi sisi a enti so bobo mi kura mitu adi so that I said but I think say yenim say sika pa betima bo oman kan kode then proper plan you see science no I sometimes me hwe enwa no mo humanities na omo maniema se kire ye den because the word is extraction of gold and extraction is a process so that I said okay we say fan say yamao asichire gari na nsuo in chemistry you betima ka say sa na ma dia ma onyina separate no obi a onye chemistry dan de ohu say ya de gari na asichire ni nsuo afra obehu ni say ya de bia ensi dambo but through separation processes you can easily separate the three obetima nya nsuo obenya asichire obenya gari no back I have fiscal processes. The same way na betima mining gold. Be BNTMC. And he just tell them say process na mo fa so mo dey and yet mo fa this and then the government should also give us
and the government is doing that.
Oh, if you say any anyama hamu, if you say any ya ba Ghana if you say any. Ya ba Ghana if you say any. Ya ba Ghana if you say I started teaching at Kenya in 1990. In the whole Asutifi South Asuna for half region not mining ni ho.
Oh yes, in terms
me wanna Newmont, but before Newmont came, now companies be say do about exploration. Because me can't say me laggers, I'm not say come quite geology, say be because of my size background. But there some chances say no. Because what chade baba nanka a body drop pan approve Jimmy kwano and no kwa body drone ni ho. Approve when they were bringing it. Alhaji Kolenzada now oppose it, they don't want money to be there. Because over land now from video material benya waterlog and get good for rice production. So what you say? The whole land you good for rice production. But then say nipa so pesca dintino. Almost yanko when a modu go do modu sin emo. What I say? Koko ya na no middle papa koko me. King afoye amaneum labor. Who hwe bia onya bi. Because akrani se gold no, sika no eso sin koko de no. Ntompe. You see the challenges you are facing. Just say ama aduane boa den. First now go so board there pounds near the tunium you see intino go so board intino me feel say you can't have the two at the same time
my area hold and team
that's why we na ho net intino me feel say and go so board you be that massa the whole Ghana be no board there so sing go so now yes who be it say me say me say cry fia me say ni board be to say e bi so say It's what we say we am page say body so see we there. That's a body no so pa. Ana body no so ma through the whole year. Oh baby and so ni gina ni nyina no. E do dressing quality my body. Me ni so I me call in the 70s ni na. I dey friend the compa there. Na who be that? This is now ya me start say me call for me. Na mo say oh you say aduane ho akwatwe adan. And me memory nyina mpe afuye. Adwuma maburu no pe nyina ne de. Galam say. And as I said it's extraction. You bet me method of extraction a bit my ya. Abema mining no akosu ya. Ebe so responsible a. Enema kekan we say e be say cyanide ne e fi be say mercury no ne other minerals a. Almost say nsuo to the extent say Ghana Water Company completely say omuntimi and sisa nsuo nani ma nsuo papa enom they say you see you from those areas now no me say na Greek minister na nia breeding den UTV onya sukro bi so because o ma kwaka say me say yensuo ne yenwane na yedi no sign na de na wura mama ne o be di anwane no kra no obawo na oba ne tini ho akra be ye be wa akra na ne sani ho akra be wo na ne nani ho ama ebi mu ogidie pa say related to sa chemicals na assassin so it calls for a concern so in as much as that it calls for a concern I think say yan kan che maburu ni say sika de emudia mwetu mutu boase ni mamu hyehyɛ papa mbefa so mbetu a ense enema because all cases scan now penna so benya scan we na say do crab ko tonu nya bi ukita ska so nya do so nto a ado so another issue enti me na mesre say in as much as companies are kese nyina to good no company nketenkete so be to good and ankran nketenkete so be dey be to good but nyina we should do it responsibly so the bear or my home better because here no
government of the day we introduce responsible cooperative mining.
Assembly no. They make chance say obebam no. They make some chance say ye shemo kinan tentem ni moment to because ken. Obi wo honma ohu. Again as a teacher who study psychology, nipa bi wo honma ni nipa ban no me kan nipa ban ya ni body chemistry no. Wo ya den ya nipa bon sem ne kro no ahye ne mo ma. Wo tu fu ba beyond bible kra ahye ne say obeto atwene. Sankrofo ni bi na ma adwuma ne ye den enti no ye tufu no ne ka kire mpemfo so say omomo ni na ho no mo nya smart kakra because a comedy ni be ba adwumbo ne ma ability yes
no correct me no ya jankatia
ka topic no bet
kakra bi yes we ye intro we have this ames for be din komo na ya to aso
yeah me no ye o mi ofidun ko ena me be hu alluvia dredges. No more mining
waka mining for
alluvia no more no more mining no Ofin River nim nsuo na ho da
yes
nsuo na ho da enso ene kokofia Ofin River ahon aye piko
say ago mu na ni
dan me mentia say adenti na brofo no ba ya no more mining no Ofin River nim nsuo na ho no aye tumi say nsuo ni bi nom na enne no ye jaima yan kasa ya hu se afede mutumi ye bibi kakra kana
answer ne ba kope again as I was talking of chemistry ade bia eri process ya be hu so bi ya o ye ne basabasa bia na December bia no of kwambone so na awia into pententem for example here bibi sam hu se enti ye che for example guntumi baby owura ya okotu gold yi baby meba manu asi baby owura okotu gold so to gold no yen e no kata asase ni nyina so a and when yan sa ikeni ni problem o uti dem chel so okunwura ho no do baby ni so okọ na okunwura into first ko do won wie kura no na hu nyansa kata so odwe anwia kura wo so a nka na sem ba kura nko be ka say wo tu kura wa kata so say dwe anwia wo so but do tu oja no pass ko say obi antimi nya no hwe sankofo we ya make characters room na ma na ya brei
Meras Kofi Adoma Junior
Akwesi
Adoma Junior waha Akwesi Adoma Junior waha o social commentator ye wo eja nkatia so waha social commentator anti and the clash of social commentators na me no mo edi ejuma waha baby edri ye ne samensi kodi apomde ho komo semadu ye ba ekukudam na ready kra ye be delve into issues e go bamba so na yetumi abomnti sanete ye be ko na ni samens for ekodi enkomo semadu na ye ba e apomde ho nkomo ye ba we hu eye Adoma Junior we hu eye ejankatia na ye ne omo embo enkomo na me wo bi asom dia menti ma menko eye samens asoe na omonfa nru omo ye no na dwumadi omudi na omonfa mboe na mate omuden pa na dwuma omo bo na bradre na ntiase so mepese wobetie nkomo na omode maye no na uwia woso oyare no apebe bia afa because wenya samens intro wofa akwaba
yemo
bibia abakode
ogba den de adom yen
yo over to you but wo ba na wabasoro why
mate
o ka se ho dia ase ho dia ya na ye but e was soro dia ye adwini na ye soro over to you
yo me na sipi ya misra pa na adwuma wo bo mo man ankopon misra kra beti ase enye wo me yetinsem na ahwefo na etiefo nyina so na mu bibia kwa ba de aba Pemsan Company Limited Dr. James Amua ene apamfo ene ne adwuma nyina nya misra obia na wa wagibre ehwe na wo hwedwumade unsu nya misra pa ye kanfo edro nwanwaso amienu yi de amawo edro ye kanfo de amawo no ye Semens Vital Herbal Mixture ne capsules edro na wo fa ba bia obeti se agan no eno ene ye kanfo de amawo ye ka agan so de na obi anim se agan ho asem ne ye ka na agan e wo target wo to agan a e wo ba bia wo to de akọ enu nti wo koto edro agan na unim de nti a wo koto afa de wo kwa koto no e be ye sa so de amawo pepepe wo to no na unwie na de Precare natural powder no enso de aka ho preke natural powder na ye prekese powder no eno so e ka ho a obeto ne miensa nyina na to wi ade obeya amayen a ebe boa ya boa won so no ene se obefa ye numbers no wa frɛ yen ne ye no akasa efi se wo numaduro no yen ya fato ye so tipem san pe obi anu se pem san de job training ye training nkofo wo enwumam kwan abefa so a wo de wonsa be ye adwuma na nso betima nya bibi e de akọwa obenya ska e de ato aduane e de akọwa no enu nti ena o mind teacher ye teacher nyina no se de be ya de bia ye nso ska e be ba ye botom ti no ye kire nwuma na wonu maduro we wo to aduro we na bia wo no di nti a usisi ana se wa tibra mo ye oya wa poso ye oya nyina gina wadwuma so a ye be ma entity ye be tro kwan a wo be fa so a wo be ye adwuma sa o hawa wo ta fam misisi ya mia wo don se kan sisi a wo si boy untimi nyina ho untimi nya hwe no sa ne ma no ena yewa wo beto agan Siemens Vital Herbal Mixture ene ne capsules na afi wato preke natural powder ye preke se powder ne de aka ho eno ano no unya to wie ya no afre na ye no wadi nkomo ka tro akwankyere na wa kyere de wadwuma sem e ka ho afi waduane diem kwan ba aduane ba kra na atadi ni nyina ye no be kasa afa ho e be boa pa ama wetimi ade ho ti kora koto aduro agan ni bi na de free number no 0244 718 557 0244 718 557 and now say 0241 604 702 0241 604 702 sa number si mienu nyina san wo WhatsApp eni ka sem say wo pese wo hu aduro picture na de ko pharmacy herbal shop bia na akota nro no bia no answer be send here hi hello and I say dear good morning good afternoon good evening eno ano no enka hwe enka ho biem na bia na wo pese wo kire wo yadem na hu se sa wo yade na yade no aduro no betima abo a me pa to wo ya brosu a audio no abrosu a 15 seconds say the be benya daje de tie ne etimi abo a sa kwan no so wo ya osimisisi ya me ya metibram ya me ya maposo nyina ya me ya me wa na me nsa nyina etitriti me pa to sina me ka no obi nya waist pain na say sisi ya de a na lower back pain a de ka ho biem no niema bebre hwe obi anya sisi ya de me ka say ama sabi ne me ma sem nyina atofom eti da bia o kofia na weekend ye boja ye hwe be mabu a ontimi kofie odo pa kasem ka me boa me kan mai bia je so ya mpa o mikunu wa ma me pa cho be ma me no kasa me se tu hu na mon so enam usisi ya o yenti ama me ma sem atofom a me pa cho agan koto agan no uto nsuo no wa to pa ya na ka ho wi a to preke natural powder ne ka ho na de frɛ because wo ya ne sa no ebeboa eyiyi entini bi amu asisi ama entini mu a asisi no se free hope moja bedi afusa ne de akɔ be ma no ama be ma no se de ayembre aye no hodo na aye no ni nyina timi asɔre kama afa so me ka sai ebi a wo de nde sɔre nanso sɔre a sisi a do kɔbɔ ani ana da ya premature ejaculation me pato agan kro na na auto uto nsuo na to pa ye no no ato preke natural powder no preke se powder na ka ho because ewo nuane nu ahodo bi a ye fre no nitric oxide sa nitric oxide no we ka say chemical bi a etimi boa papa entini bi amu asi no say do we na betimi aboa wo afen so me ka say na me ka sisi ade ne ade nyina no e bi a wo de na nompem enye ntini enye nerves no enti say nompem a me pato ni nyina no agan kro na abeto ebeboa because ye won neurotransmitters sa neurotransmitters na bi glutamate serotonin obi wa ha bon se oni mood bi bu ha da bia na no ho emotional stress ni ade nyina no sa ho ayiwe no na beboa ama watimi asa suda dem na se ye ka agan a ene preke natural powder me kan ya sa neurotransmitters ayemu ma emu ba ko pack se pa ayemu ma pa no endorphin ena substance P sa endorphin substance P no enu na se obi akoya omu unu maduro na esan se duro no wonwanu na ahodo nti no na kanya nipadua na release sa hormones we na aba beboa yaw na wo fam no na bon se yaw ni nyina kofom enu nti ena huhia so obeto agan na waposo bibia ya oya bia no ni nyina akofom na afa o mema asem no so etime gina brane na etime ma mo piafo me ka say wo de wo ya oba nanso mfitiko mo ha bebre o ha unsabuo na maye tutu sisi e ho nso abu ho nso ameka say ne de na atekokra ye kan bro say eminoria no atekokra bosumi miensa afi ba ku bosumi nsia ni unkonfitire da nanso nyankopon ya ne say for 21 days to 35 days be also baby akonfitire say onyemo a ana say untwa bradia unya menopause a e wo so otumi konfitire nanso wo de no nko enti say bi wafu nyina ye kapu say bi da bia wo na ma wo so petisi fia bi nti wo sori ana the belt friends say de mia mu waist trainer wo de mia mu sa say de be ya ubenya sisi fia ne bi enso wunya me pa cho agan koto nsuo no toto pae no na to preke na tra powder na kan ho sade bia dededam ntinum bia no maka tro say nitric oxide na e wo ho ntino ebebo yi saa ni nyina afiri ho no akwa ama wo so wafunu so ate kama onfiti kwa no so ne masisi so yi ama wo me ka say obi wo se me bo e me ya papa obi so na mfe e ne ya obi so na tibramo na ya ne ya pa bekom no bia na ne vertebra no na ti nkasa na e wo ho no emia nerves na e wo ho nti ama moja ntimi ne afusa ne ye enti na otisa aya no bon se wo ha na transcend about sisi wa bon se na ko oto ase na siw na ase to ase metia abo so kra na ayese metia fom so bia ase fom na da bia menam so mesro se basa e wo happy o nerves no ene problem aba ho timato aba ho se problem so ba ho sa dia na ya gan no e na woto because makato say waist pain there umfemfa sa bro we mfitire ode e wonom no na eboaw ayi ntinum nyina nti sa asiatica na da bia wa ye hunro wa ye hu exercise ahodo untimi ntena se chese untimi nyina ho untimi nkoye adwuma kra no me pato ni nyina be ye free ho no ma e ya gan Semens Vital Herbal Mixture ne capsules no na de preke ne de aka ho na bibia e kama de ama na me ka say ode ne hemorrhoid koko na adokro pa na hemorrhoid na adokro no eno kwa ka ho na ma osisi ni yo ya den obi wa sabi ne de no ba ko ja ne na wo se moja de akiribo me ka say bright red pato hu sa pato agan na okwa akoto no ato preke se powder na ka ho onuma bibia be kama ama se enkran ha sei na wo na open no bi dodo atu e de agu stomaton ana so pe mako ato e de akonoma me pato ko Repass Ventures e wo kanshi draglin ubenya bi wo honom takradefo a mo hweye no mesem muntu hu ana mo nko se Charles Pharmacy e wo fie kuma number 9 ubenya bi wo Cape Coast sponsor Coronation Junction ho na ubehu Pena Herba e wo kotokraba ho Masarachi ho na ubehu omo kuma senso PFA Pharmacy wo kuma se Neuro Junction e won so benya nupa bi etu agu stomaton afi so Kolinak nso e wo kuma se ho a emrom ne astan ubenya bi wo honom ubakofodua Gapsen Pharmacy nso ubenya bi wo honom sanso na nkokọ nso Isaac Drugstore anase Hillside Pharmacy one Antiakobam omo nkokọ nso beboa o sa kwan nso ama nruo pay wentumenya bi ukoti kobu number 1 wonzima ti kobu number 1 so a odalo so ho onso be hwe ho kama na bibia nso ay kama ma me pato ni nyira nse ye numbers no ubefa numbers no afren ne adi hu nkomo number ne ye 0244 718 557 0244 718 557 afei 0241 604 702 0241 604 702 ye kasa ganya ye se eto sen obi anko no pe binto na on free numbers ni hu nkomo that's it eto sen
ho asemai eye Semens eye herbal ndru no na yedi ho nkomo no agan na ato sen minim se woni ma de eto sen de a o se hu ade eto sen sa na tie nti enefie ebeto sen eto sen mabichia Reverend Bright Ekombia. Reverend Bright Ekombia, Good News Chapel, Assemblies of God, East Legon Hills. Wife, Asafo Mame Prophetess, Lauricia Mbia, ene Ebusia for Mankwala Nina, Percy, ene Nunu Bina, Michi Amopepa, Mosemoshe, and Tinyami Adma Sunday, Beba, sorry, na Bibi to me a conquer. Ebusia for yes, sir. Ye Kwasai, who drew Yasayaba, a tossing a guy. nti asaba yeba issues na so mama nko ho adoma say ye hwe issues ye command nti e de awie nti say the main issues na ye ba so na ye di hon komo sebe ha ye mame anasa former chief justice and your friend get through Tokonu for this copy mo ye ECOWAS court nisa ma injunction a okoye no yes o mon fento ye process be course for say the chief justice baba ina no entitlement or so nya no make us ECOWAS court abego aduma your submission into you
can me that say na minchia ahwefo minchia empanfo a omufia if you asa me ka ho na nsen na mayira kakra na anya nse ayi kuadwuma no so ye me bai ma kira de kakra ma adwuma road safety kakra ana ma ba media kakra ana ma san ko farming enti no me pese me package me me retirement package no ade ba kwa me hu ya ni se achichafo director of education senior regional directors no han so moko retirement na hu omo a boso miensan makora no mu nti me ya kora na me hu sa ade na pena me say no me shara ma sesan enimam was anya sa wa hu paimu no du wanim no kwan of aso a okọ no enam bebrebe eninye akyerkyere eni enwuma bi ho no adwuma bi ho a wo ya de wo meta be retire no oncha kora na owu afaw all because one planning pension regime no nti sa ne ma no misua ya no nti ma me dan me ho sa na nye bibia ntira ken ma me nchia say abrantia ba ko obon ho modern NDC amanyoku empower communication officer the friend no Eric Sosu or CEO of Belarusian Travel and Tour and also CEO of Danarek Agro Services Limited and also director of operations Ghana National Association of Farmers and Fishermen. I just say one say maka farmers and fishermen. Me nam ya me pem wama afu na yi no na me kushia no. In fact the way we see quality me data ya o de me to Ministry of Agric platforms so say menya fertilizer menya e de say niema medua no baye no na yi no ntino. Ma me hu say utu hu so be ekua na aban wa prepared so beboa ama ankrankrom be so mo ekua no o ma komanim nti ma me nchia no na fi so me nchia omampan a otie akonwa sisi ane ne finance minister me se be ka ho asem na face mpanfo so mbo na chidom a ora Julius Zebra no ne mpanfo maka omudi na chi a oman se de obi asi hu sire ene mani situ ekono obi a ka se eye ma hu se sofo chiraboso mu nyina e ka so nyakro be jagum ato wa be join Mahama ma hu se papa bi so abo mpai sia se Mahama be ko tete spiritual na je so man baby ani kika kon eye na ewi ase amba yi nyina sanya sama mi abo ni din na adwuma ko ba kon na mi suro mo pa ye atemuafo before this respect because me hu ma asem nyina say om ne bua kumfo no ne sa ne management no me ye from asase su nyame Obakaya mi nua Mugabe ne Akugan no ne Alista mo ke sada no nje fufuo bi na mkodi aka me kan ho sasa ata na me kapa na no ho me di fufuo no ya na mdae ti mani tie na fo na ba pa ho no ho na me hwek sede nkrofo yi me sa ata na me fire so mu na ka me kan ho de me ka me de ne ka me koma nim pa iti o hwe kwan a omosi dead ma pa o ye be jan kra na fe na no nkwa ko gina mpanfo ya nima hwem ne de omko wa hu ayi Sergeant obi antimi nya no hwe Sergeant senya owura ayi kotu ina use no master of they say law onima nka Sergeant so ye den ekoe hu de toto Samuel Okumu ne enti na wo so hu se sa bia ye no se do kotena ho a wo so di hu ni sa wo hu na debia na ye ka corrective practices empanfo no omama ne trima ye omo da to the sense wa hwe ne charge ba ko amete ye se o ti scam ne baba se omo fanye per diem na wontu uso nyame na obi a wakatwa nti se conditions a wo hu se pofo nka me kura nka se scan nka me nida se me ko media na bia kan ma san de aba asema o kan kire no se okokora na o discount tu kwan a otimi di ma o san de bi ba Now, the other man obey, I bet not something because a dose too much mouth into obey DB, Okura DB, and I was sending be aside, Abba. Now, no, a brand table Kroma when you can cry with Central because it's Dakwa. KKD. Or some years say, me a man and I'm almost have a pama mobra. As I say, no papa, any says can be. No at $10,000 money back. Dollars a money book. $10,000, $10,000 a money back. So from Conquede or from Coto Toniama. And this are crown or to one hand papa. I didn't mean come papa dear. And I'm in a bush for the here, sir. And the tokonu or two way. You won't a special sperm by partner one. I send media, Mimichadian. Mimi teaching tokonu spam ben pa na wona e cha media me na me chefes na me chemistry ntia o so oye judge nti o timi di ni sabuska wa bra me di chok atwra de me ni nyina se me ya aduma ben oye se o trans na wa ka se ready for ready bem na me am impacting knowledge me cha akra de man be hu ye pen papa na me nkra bi doctors e bi accountant wo de o bo akonfo na o se si omu no wako equals say court el ha ni ma asem ye ntimu ni ma me na me say kra me nya lawyer kra me hu be say you very be judicial jurisprudence and me ka law brofo ni bi wa ha say o ma we say ye de yama ye de hu say mahama pam a na ti wako equals court say me kodi ase na ka ka je say mahama san fanisi na obasa assembly nisi kroma say what the boni awudi ye nyanto bo ase tenase na kan kan asem na what the law is the law is the law and then why you say and I'm of fadan ya tra omu and I'm of sama asi ho no of am na tena ye ba bi e kwatrete no and ye de me ko ho ya ba kra no me bag a ekita me ya hwehwehwem ya ba kra me kurukra sin ya where the law is the law no man no we say nya papa your friend Tade Osori from so kitikiti kama me jeli no o say sit down resume your seat and I'm say hey babesia pa na timbia na no tia be ma sa no Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Send say hunti. Huh? Say, we are a judge, we be a lawyer, or defend it, or church and say, no what time say now resume your seat. Hold on so no. So can resume your seat. No one resume seat in the next action you there. Hey, jail. Masa. Ya santo akura na ye say odi mema anim no respect my mema. Na wo babesia wo ye the same. Chief Justice ultimate tia yonko lawyer no so no lawyer payin pa je say uyi chachumu de fro na the second coming je say o tie ni service ne de o ono lawyer no kura ka say ma me no kura san bon law mu no kro nte me ja me church na me say wow o can play o say mran ma me ni mran no so no obi a wo ni mran ekototo ano o say amami kura nguram na nti wo di bone no ni kuru na di bone nana wo ne so anya asembra na betena say amami kura nguram asem wo nya asem wo say adwune ho ma me timi nya hwe aba mi ya badwuma bia fum so bia yi wadi bia no wo so bibia mahama so di bibi masa ma me wa bia ma mahama sama mi wa si opade ni entertainment kobo kura onya kobo onya de wanya na ne de ye di twa ne kaba na de obenya no de wanya ne de ode ma ne ma ne kunu no kobo kura mi so onya se mama mi wa sika asem be sikro ma sei no enye ye because emrane say so obi yam fum so ne ya dismiss wa you lose your entitlement mina me kai na no chicha ni akwa akwa ya ni ko jeli o lose entitlement na no charge 25 years obe free 35 years from jail baba na on twa pension one no ko entitlement on ho ai enkofa na no ya chichi omu a accountant for omu we skai ai Rollins buy or they say best afford them to 35 years 75 years omu dia na okoba obeje entitlement hwe yanyan kro ma bi mu yanyini yanyan kro bi ana o ni pasen ya utwa no moja na efiri mu ba no utwa ba ono sa na etwa no moja ba ay opportunity no nyaa na chance no nyaa say emema ebi adi na nim kan 10 years ebi adi na nim kan 15 years ukusa omo ho na ka okran ka wotsena se no na sa me man na kwa wa bopo ade o ma a chekire wo ho so saa mema we kura de so o masi anyini si mi e wonim de ese mi no me beto om na se bibi ntiama ma be san om ho no ma me fo munya machitafo single handedly and I won't for judiciary no 1 hour no empanel asamba ya 1 hour na papa we fast track high court the audit way no na manya yanya nipa bi ho no ma no mo sorry e kasa se mama we masa o yan fom so a e kwan da ho yo o ma we sei emra e ho ne se wo ya ban dwuma anan kwankwa adwuma bia obe bia no otofuma emra ho a enu eden enu di nti se otofum na mra ne chew de a me enko ka se na wa bredodo na ba hye position oduru ya no na entitlement ne de entitlement ne de onya kaprene ma hu se bi ma start na ma hu se bi ma start ya wo do oba mo mi anfa sa kakra no wa bredodo wa bre sei ebrebe no bre yo ebrebe no bre onko na onhwe de wa bai kon be fa so a me fi say on tena se MPP ba na so mde baba well and good omo fa na mra ebi o metima na ambassador appointment ebi akoya ambassador Belarus ana ebi India ana China omo metima de na akọ honum so that say na ebi
sambre na nso kranti
dem say MPP for na so no so na me say bia omo ba power bi ba de ya Anka me bo figure na waka David na say anka me mom 50-55
50-55 market but as adman woni yentie agent kete yentie wo so wa so ma e kan fa ho
me da se yenyo me da se da mam kwan de man so me yenyo me nka se kakra wo na odi kan ma me nchi a Reverend Bishop Osubempa Holy Hill Assemblies of God and the Ojini birthday. Yo. And you mean 6 o'clock per penny a program nasi. Na minchia, yeah, minchia Rita, or you Bank of Ghana. Minchia, na minchia Ezim Bank, managing director. Yo. Mr. Sylvester Mesa and Marcus, Sir Marcus. Minchia them painful na minia. Mansuchin Obokro. Mansuchin Obokro. He mami Moriano. Nunya. De papa oye teacher ni na mi maminim de school ewa say headmaster or honum na or teachers or shena asia na say teachers ni bi wo honum one ma ni headmaster na ori ye no edumedi no mwa na yo teachers bi o to me seek for transfer there asumesi one transfer the mam no fa for ana say me boa asema me boa o de enti omanpain no buy no enwa won de in fact there are some key positions in government administration ohiama de omanpain na nkasa betuma atrase de asumesi me hia wo obi the speaker of parliament obi antumi sorry ade opedo ye speaker of parliament because obaboa omanpain wo administration work judicial service should the wa another what friend then denchira boasi assemblyman wako them for 6 years for nothing in the wajanda onko judicial service now pro atitia pansama to the extent say etiechira there oya atete for the past 8 years MPP ban to me there some judgment there there's influence from somewhere obi pan or shas look at there we fanitum we de jam we de fanitum we de jam for the past 8 years MPP ba abem no opanyima me dan twi kakra ye woni pebu okro tumi ko trace ka say asumesi che no oba so asan fanitum ani panu nya boni bia onya hwe uko adame ko Kumasi Central Prison na ubisa ebimu say eden na do ba it is funny things ni pebi did the prison e did that say sir ehun hia na mami any omanpanyin twema so oni Ghana for twema so no kra tukonu ne ho kra ye metwe
nipa President Mahama eba abema na san ko yi na di first any token because of judicial we na a judicial system na apratiti apansam okrom ha no ye obi ewu obi meda ye kokku obi e wo ni dem 8 years judgment into main cause 8 good years ni judgment ye tumi hu nipa potia okokku nipa no nyoma bebre esi wo 8 years ya MPP abreso a obeyi Ghana ko ahunyehem ba Ghana ho achi ne yie na yede nyame asese ode President Mahama aba na otutu nyoma otutu na mimi mi wa rehiem esanse papa na CCR no yede na ba betrans as a chief justice no
Paul Bafuboni
ye we no emra omo vetin no metra TV no ho hwe no etie nsem na papa no abe papa ha mfantefo se eyi niti bobel niti obobel
se wa be onimade
no abe hankasa adwuma no so asua enye ne adi sika kotobi financial sense o hwe se ne o chechire ni no enti o ha me o say sa your friends say election we no petition we no Bafuboni doche no obuso bobo atuguba ne Bafuboni na ne ebo tukonu yes enya paniche de nyame sre no yes sre no onkonko transidi nyame ya adum se ne opanyi uke 20, 40, 20, 50, 20, 100. Na MPP ba na omo besa afana. Enyi obia Sanse juma na nkasa ya di share nsa wo hu ye. Ejuma nkasa na na do di share nsa no. Ma me no hu ejuma ne ye. Sanse o chi nipa bi guma na ni kwase ya chi won gum. Ena se pa se one time me court. Judge Bertrand less than 5 minutes. Oh, assembly trashed. The case has been adjourned. Within 5 minutes, not judge na sorry. Just not judges in Obia no Pia Nubia Pena no oye. No control. Obia until my men no there. Wako ECOWAS court abona semnegu. On concord transit to send your pen UK entitlement be any home no. Sikana yadi be man for entitlement yen fancy prison you know yard ni bi structures ni bi na yen see Pentecost na yen see na
okay
na yen fa mbo my Ghana no man nkoni esan say oman akwahunyehim for the past 8 years oman no akwahunyehim especially judicial service say you be for bi wadwumam say judges say just common employment say bi obi kra just interpreter kra just okutu abra this okutu abra asani afa adan
okay yen to aso
can you say okay o I so okay o when say me be kwakọ je afuo yayi me dem papa busuafo court
okay
say me ka kire wa me gina court 1 year 6 months ma say nyina ne say me papa wuye no o hwew enti abusuafo aje japade no but na nhyehyɛ ne nti sa na krachi ni ti say me obaje papa japade afiri mi nsem enti abusuafo nhia me court king ya court sa asem we kaka omonyi kokon man no sa 1 year 6 months me ana me sa court ka kire o me say me sro mo asem ni ntimi ni ntudo mu ntwam na me kopem ba bi ntena because they said me hu no na me hu the reality abusuafo mo hwe the reality the records are there o ko go so a James Dakobo achimidi me say me kro say nyese me pa na ekro ne me kro now I look at the distance from Accra to Goso every 2 weeks na me sister this cafe America e support me edu ba bi osekwasi yenyai na ye she's kadodo say me no ko fi aduma ay ko kwa manema wo asem we judge transfer no to ashada asem we tu shada asem wey say ajapade ni kolonzada mo mahame ahemfo omunyina nim say ayi me mo jagidi omunyina nim say ade wey ye Kofi Adoma ba idia na so afi dia omu ya ni say ene judge say otukwan akoha ene me maba no de nipa kura me ne twema so
obayi yes ye ka alaji babo ye ka se ye mfa bafo ni obi amanuhunu uti yes obi amanuhunu na obi nama owura blue kills mu no uti o say na Asamna. Yes.
New leaders.
Yes. No, make us say. Oyami anu ofa. Busuani pa. So they say. Yes. Omufie na e fie ni. But the make sure say. And some na papa ikan no. So wo koduru honum na hu se nipa bi pa say na asem ede. Na o sofa. Na wo hu se ba bia ya tie si wo se nka. Omo kan asem mam no.
Adama.
Mati, what am I
saying? Christian Council, Kwasra, Excellency, John Dramani Mahama. Na omukoye, omode, National Cathedral, some koi. Sanko ka, LGBT, so for so, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say, on why a crowd, say Parliament approve, or sent it to it, or the pen best so. Assign my brother Ejuma or say Efano National Cathedral also or a Christian over here 10 rural areas and we see a temple Assemblies of God as well the a talk in Bibia Gum we see Mission House on for Inti Untia National Cabatin Samo Hundodo to a forensic audit after the audit Bibia told you nay he also said to us or Bemomato Adama I mean say we take on a Council copy His Excellency John Dramani Mahama we yenti
Ken baby I dano kra no omusi no enye in the first place Ken you call Kumasi metra nkana mi wura samam kwana me hwe nifa no benkum se ya asase na da ho sam oman yes ya besi ochichiro man
kaso nyina
asase ya han ko na yes na no nkrofo bi pe ba bi asi power plant nti omuso ma me ko Winneba achiri ho na me ko hu se Winneba kwansa de aye no na udu Winneba achiri ni sa na wo ko na nsase da ho sa
before Winneba junction kwansa go
na bisa me say den ya na ha yan panfo no bi wo so mo plan ya omuntimi plan yi mai because say opese ekru emu ebaya a development enema
no nimsa something na mentwa wano Kwame Nkrumah so hwe ya schools ni ade osisi ye kase abi a kyensu ya hwe be bia no si
yeah Roma force yes Roma forces Roma forces no musisi
and Roma development
yes
to boy I say anyway
yes ko chi so na me chen
but be develop edris
be do no bi no if you hwe akwan kwa yi ya udru edisen baby ana nkokọ kwan da na da kuro no a eche mu yitu akire kokumasi a won so mu yitu bypass mu yitu akire and won say filling station pan ton foi any others won say amafo so sisi dan enti sa edan we say cathedral so odiko akire nka development ankabe lead to sa baby I no if amafo kra betima sisi hotels na say obi opera so be bonfire oba baby because omo plan no I don't think say accommodation ka ho offices ne baby
accommodation
enti ko bi so betimi private man bi so betima aye den aye hotels e wa around so obi kra ba baby esi
too congested
say just say odo ba o hwa ya pa bi so na percent ko bonfire na jo
kwano kra
so baby esi hwe office won chen baby esi asamben parliament o fa ni say Accra International Conference Center baby achi o ba wadim ka Accra roundabout no hoyi Rich Hospital no be say am say Ken awe hosem so ni say omukosi ade yi hoyi mpanfo kroma ka kire na do say baby ade ni kosi na nyu o so chenchina ho anam ni bisi ayi ni okumase no papa fo na omo tra ekurum no won se Kumasi dan adum na ya abronsan te bono no no nse ho na wo so akọ temp manu abie ne dan no na opese obi ehu se okrum wo sa ampan fun bi da je so opese ehu se ne dan okrum enti no so obie no window na ne sa to window na no kumase edum bantema no na sa na pompan fun nyina Ashtown enom ne amokom because omakọ doko kofo no ye ho ahafo enom ni skana be siku abronsan nti abronsan no windows na ben kona nua de ne bi han to obi ese na odin sa to so na we so the t-shirt fu no ho o person obi ehu se oho na o den ote ebi na do so sisi cathedral no so person obi ehu se o si cathedral
akufado
na around some crash on se edan na sisi ho no enye dan keto o no say dwi sa dan nagu ba bi ajaje 40 ba bi scholarship secretariat or office no say dwiragu o dwiragu so we make provision for that o so
passport office ko asa na one
passport office so on the meeting intimate me abranti bi your friend Samson Ladi ayini or Joy or Tayi News File na tama sikasema wo hu edane nkontompo sem abrante ne kan semi ma me yemhye no se na nyakopon aso da na yesi ne de nkontompo ahya ase o kan sa penam se na Ghana form rantefu bi su nim nyansa pa o asem na o kan na ama me ho adwiri me se edan ya yesi ama nyakopon akoma ko sum nyame no na nkontompo ne krono ne de ahya ase ken na ehefo so na di enum asofo so na di enum asofo mu twa nkontompo asofo mu kan nokre Yesu Kristo o ma we ye wasem bon po o ka se o se enya sa na ai yenya parliamentarian ba ko ai fo no kujotu ablakwa mebwa o serialize kwan yo mufa so a o mudi sikaye ewo cathedral na wo titi figures ni din a na wo yema him say bram na afede me huku ye kwa na me yem hye me kwa na se nso kotoye me say o makotwa ba say amafo de adane swimming pool na me say o mo diska no asama adane swimming pool cathedral is the edan yes ni san ke yes sa cathedral na o musin anya anwa anya blocks anya mortar
me chase almost $58 million
me chase dia na no mudisi dia no mudisi aya na anwa aya na betwa blocks aya na beto nwia
sanity
bia finishing design na bia de niam bi beteta but the main basic structure and the cement and blocks ya na anwa na de be hyehyɛ na when na so ade bia ehu a afere yankofa kra ya se akwa bia afere se pola jaya se ho ahwan na chese obi ombia ote ho sama enye yie me mom de to fan akufado aban pa de nanu me kan se nketimi china nkian chi no me atran no because also see obia why is am I saying that because you to line to abama now mistakes no from so akufado aya ya say presidential clemency neza to me bia say cover mo na bia you scratch my back I scratch your back e bia president Mahama pese o de sabe kan e bia o man pan kofia oi masa sika wadi no o man sika wadi no o man na any a drug kra akufado he tama ya to aba akufado baba woni no say that okasa na hu na no no hospital do no call ya sana o stable because aba we say na wan na ko bewu because no the pressure was on him too much so when we it was his last slot mebwa entino so here o we down na ni nipadua na kasa no to say asap because asap just so say no yes o hwe ni nipadua na nima to say yes nipa mombo no nipa mombo nipa de utra kunyo no so wie ya look at your style of administration ono wo fa say friend kinu foriata mo misusu state fans na wie no akotena ho say me obi antimi nya mehwe to be frank oma ye to be ana politicians no oma ma yadi ya kakra anti ya na tibe bi no because we the politicians they nyomu ni omo ya you scratch my back I scratch your back omo say MPP ni NDC for the in Kenya third party man ba ya na nke pio go but you see when no clear NDC a party a omo ya adwuma pa if you like take the records first to MPP who dey be NDC ba omo so omo ya nemani ya na MPP be this kaka Rollins offer is 41 trillion and here old Ghana 41 trillion no near CNTB though. So now we denominate what is so 04 free so name say about 41,000 cedis. Kufuako e kanu wa pogu ho Atamansa ba also otimi nka opepepe Atamansa oye internal revenue commissioner IRS commissioner onu yesika no jeje no o si sika na akofo eka wabo no obo di enye yi na no ya mahama ekọ sa wu de oja no ho hwede akofo Dubai hwede waye
are you serious
it is a historical antecedent in terms of record and bookkeeping. You see that bia NDC ye mane ketekete a NPP ba no be balu no say panya also bia ntirinya hwe sanom ye the records are there hwe ko for record ojaye hwe de no ye hwe efi akra ekokumase asaya hwe efi ayi ade say pokrasi etu nsawam etiji 2 hours
kaswa to away
kaswa to 2 hours na say me ko honum adan ekwan metima ju so twa ba bia ekwan fu mu ahafo ebi wase sa kaso tu ayi no
miniba no
adan enti me mesre o man payin se osum nyame yi o Assemblies of God ni e dan de ho de no sino on fan ko be fufuro no be nya ontwia no san fa judge for da no emisi so manu asi
medase adoma was so wonderful submission or the man member also
menua CCR me hu say Honorable Ahmed local government otie pa yeah otie pa enti no senior Honorable Adoma akasafa cathedral no me pese be kasa awo we your friend say LGBT no na answer na because pese me sorry kakra e ma present Mahama na me mana mo say see the bill ne brenna na Ghana for tuma or the penny basis no ade was sign nyame nhira papa no baby obi anyame ntu no nkwa nyame mana hoti no man nyansa oka the book of James so obi hia nyansa ombi so no asafo rade ni sro nyansa ade ma president Mahama esan say yen bibifo yen bibi yen skin yen body no oh e tuntum yen ni pedue ye tuntum na ye wo amamre e ho a e kire yen say ye bibifo na akoba ni say na afi ko akofa obi amamre e de ababa ye de say opanyi Mr. your friend say Mr. Kwesiadoma na ejan ketia sorry o say media ma wasase su nyina me mpobia Mr. Adoma na me pe no
nche ya asem
ebe eja Nicholas wonu ani den no amben say ma bebe wo asase yo osua fosu night market wo koko hwe nkranfo ma akasi enim echire na me si me mpo ba bia say Mr. Adoma na say eja Nicholas pe na me pe no oh
yenko eni me
time eniu arefo e bon kan mo fam ade fanko ye pe o Ghana ha mo fam ade fanko na ni nyina so kwa ekokosi nanado so ni nyina konkonko fambrand esi nanado so se drubibia na san kananado de pen edisi su sign oso onye enso ye di bill we your friend say levy bi a de bad levy na na do aside so mo fa ma Ghana fo mu tua levy no enso LGBT no one side na do kwa di Ghana fo afa so no enti no eja Nicholas mama kan de President Mahama orubo ejuma pa na opanyi President Mahama ho minim he bebi a metewo taifa sa kama ba show you super na me kufie na bia me kope fan kakra ma abom be kwa na light off 8 good months 11 good months President Mahama be fa akunya light ni mo na ni akopo light President Mahama ya misha light ni mo na ni kwa ndumi ba kokra anu nti me ma President Mahama handed over handed ejuma papa no elbo ni ejuma oye me de e ka me kwa me say Ghana kunya ne mfa nche president ni yɛmfa nkyɛ no momo bia ne mpre yɛmfa nkyɛ no yɛmfa nkyɛ no yɛmfa Ghana akonya presidency yɛmfa nkyɛ no first yɛmfa nkyɛ no mo bia ne mpre yɛmfa nkyɛ no
openyi ono no dia na tieni ono no dia no akwa na na do afutu otumfo de ma no tise president Mahama wo hoyi hwɛ kwan a amampanyinfo nyinaa ba omfa so omhwɛ so ye fa so mo kofi akufo ado pamo Mahama te sɛ de ɔyɛ kronfo otuni firi fie obi ɔyɛ mapanyin o ma small boss we mu te sɛ abronya mu ɛkɔka sɛ so firi fie ha na sika bebrebe a wɔnya ntuni dan ha wa bra ɔka kyerɛ otumfo sɛ nana ɔsi baabi ɔbɛtena bia ma situation ɔbɛtena hɔ wofo otumfo ha apɛ na ba sɛ menkɔ pam no firi fie hɔ no wanka hwe Nyankopɔn so amu amu atena se ɛna wasan ba bɛgye tumi na safiri wo so nsɛm nti sɛ ɔsen ko pay wo baka nka kufo ado kade no bɛyɛ na me de Mahama nka kufo ado samne kama man ɛbɛyɛ sɛ 38 count first in history 38 count former president against incumbent president yes former president against incumbent president current president against former president so me one consider presidential status a ekita me o pam me se akoko wo enka ayi bafo na ba be CJ na area director of prisons nka nsawo mu ho me miem penti dan ba kunkura me ko fa nso konsuo pa na di agu dan ba ku na are na me kasa na utwa ma no
se me ko na me kasa na entinu are etimode so we akufo ado nipa si obi ana enye nipa na kosa na to aba man opo mo me di president obi afo so me di president president dey nya for so president tie o fa ayi ono ane chief justice odine ba yakọ no anini ebo a ono ka o say chapter 1 of the constitution says power emanates from the people ye to me enne san ye san line ma wi ahye wo no eno de to me ni ma no enti say ye ka che so onko a obekọ otimi nya hwe I respect any need na dem obisa akonya no mote so nanso so obi chasa akonya wo so na so ka che me say de ofori atesi shega na sikai a o say wo faase wo party for kra ka se pam last men pam wo san man so san na ko tan wo nche wo fra wo se ni film if you have first half as an say deben sir o san government special deben just say wo de say la o wi anu san na dwana ko tan America ye friend cross wo ma adan
eja get finalize my
we no your friends cathedral na asem de nti amen pese me kan wo bebre apostle opoku nyina
Miko Pentecost obeko
oh nyabotre
masa ne ya me dia agro
dabi eja mesrewa mesrewa
say oyo papa
opoku nyina
Miko Pentecost ni bia
yeah me pese me kan ho asem bebre president atoa ma say omu nhwehwe ohun ye nhwehwem na ye hu asem no bebi ebuka kosi na say eba say ese etoa so a obetoa so say ba so say ese ye dwirigu a ye bedwiregu etinu o fe you dey mesra
ama me ra o se be yesu
me say apostle opoku nyina nti me pese meka cathedral no ho asem bebre
jo
say me papa prekopa Pentecost ye buni pa ni enim se papa no so onyo bia obeye cathedral scan basabasa nti to say final report no be ba no me pese meka cathedral no ho asem
okay ye be da se
na so ba ku bi di o ma ni di ye miansa ye Kwadwo Boate kusi Boate Reverend ho ahwan ni pa ba ku na ti opoku nyina so fu ma nti o hu se ni pa ba ku di ye miansa asenai o se ho o bo tinku
na meka dey
mu na mama manfo ntimi nya heavy nko no o da maka ma no asi
but I say make out say nyame ya adoma FIFA December 2025 for Friday holiday Farmers Day ye di Bermuda Games say bro 2025 Team XYZ X Natural Mineral Water PWAC Natural Health Medibosis Clinic na me pacho bebre omo besi akan na yahwe mo befa trophy no enti mama yen share so Farmers Day 5th December ubehu Mugabe Mase PCA Ajemai ohene babo ama ben AK Okumankra Miake Nicholas Mitrimubi Dr. Prince Nelson 3P Dr. Moses Adamedi Moses ado mu na bedwumadi ase yen kai say Magdan Town Park Jokers ho na dwumadi no bekoso Jokers echi ho pe wala ntimo man hye so kick off time 10 a.m. nti Bermuda Games here to Afro bi obi ambebo nani akohoma no mehwe mebeko so ne bi Benji Estate and Investment Limited semen country a pre-Xmas a promotion Chopoli New Airport City a ben Saglami housing project no and Sasano eda 35,000 Ghana cedis says you more reducing aba 25,000 Ghana cedis ti u deposited just 5,000 no must spread the rest in amount installment na why nesa free visitation on Wednesdays and Saturdays also be to me accordance asano a line land no title and genuine well documented what the amount such as the FBA ni ho insuring electricity was so ope afrefra obe hu mo cha kwan wo tema community 25 opposite goodness filling station Aflawo road wa no be hu mo ya afrefra 0248 780 887 and 0553 115 6082 maybe be into in conca made Moses the lift kit capsules the aba a boy home buying any fee liver problems home we liver no and say liver problems na but too much when you be no my bebo home buy a bebo ni pedriano na a sign immune booster bebo ma bibia etumi akonkan to be come for made Moses lift kit capsules at the amanyana organ ha bibia eton adrobia ukwa won sabetumi akabi 0244 0648 0244 068447 0244 068447 Power Specialist about hospital seven control say hepatitis A, B, C, D, and E, fatty liver, sciatica, prostate, and asa wanano will send a mobile pain, also an how compound asa fibroid. May come for a Power Specialist about hospital at the Amo. Kumasi branch in Ofiyase Lake Bosomchi Road, opposite Jesbro Filling Station. Accra branch in Wakwabenya Pukwasi ACP Road. Sasson Takrade branch in Wanaji Estate and adjacent Anaji MA Primary School. 0244 544422 and 0200 383831. Now, when you're more in DN Como. Divine Hope Herbal Center in Medruswo. Divine Hope Herbal Center. Se bema no ba usisi ya uya. Koko ne how. Me pacho sexual weakness. Low libido and stroke ne how. Me pacho bebre also I am crew. Any menstrual disorders are. Me can for a Divine Hope Herbal Center. Omo draw matun ding or tria herbal powder. And I make come for more. We call Gapson Pharmacy Koforudia. Cap Herbal, Ukumase, Sunyane, one friend, Cap Herbal, was Sunyane, House of Drugs, Washama, Boachi and Sawo Cape Coast, Saso, Nana Boachi Herbal, or Tema, and Sana PK Gumbela, Watamali. Afre Frafre, 0591 565 557, and 0550 639 037. Now, was when your Tria Herbal powder, Nibi, na one na boy pa. Victory Garlic Mixture na medruswo Victory Garlic Mixture obi ho ana na koma bon pepe be pacho onya binu ma bebo wonsa no na tumi etititi etoso bia na weni so ayekusukusu na oso weni so chin pebi na nom na mboa na mboja de tumi die frusa ne ye your friend Victory Garlic Mixture enye na wogan ha baby eton adrobia open dodo a eye Kings Walk Herbal wo eye Accra Crodre mo Fred Doctor 020 1293280 and 0242 545633. No one penny phone kasa na bibia into me and conkan. Safari Valley Eco Resort in the middle was Safari Valley Eco Resort Africa and as West Africa and Sesu Niha. Would dewu in Okra district or mountains here, Michesin region. No drew how we need which are surroundings and how a flowers in our day on with design ho. Ne omode aye landscape na weni beji ye papa ibiom me pacho bebre omo rani 24-hour service intasa guest udru what time bi obedru hon ye be somo na yahwe ye kama emwa so ho wildlife surroundings ha udru ha udusu weni beji ye pa obi ho antelope zebra ene mbo bebre na wo ho obetimi di bin kra etwamfo yini maya meka ntime kan for Safari Valley Eco Resort amo baby obeda uni problem mobedi uni problem ye wo aye continental and local dishes wo ho saso na eniema huru bebre na nkasa eba no aye horseback riding, fishing on man-made lake, canal ho, 9-hole air golf, and in Yama Bebrinankasa. Drew hot na kobo when yakoma, when our doffer sonko, na we bet you benya private swimming pools are ho, and see if for Safari Valley Eco Resort. For reservation for 0596 914394. Na uno mundin komo. X natural mineral tensionini. Unye binum ya pe binum yo 350 ml. Yo 500 ml. Ne wo 750 ml. Ubefia. Inso amenuma X natural mineral water. Me pacho esi om the sachet so abem. Nti unye binuma ebebo ye papa. X natural mineral water. Oba XYZ broadcasting a himfia ha. Ye wo su abebrese street. Osu Abebrese Street, Woba, Ludubi or Pepeno, Depot ha, Casopank Robert, Obemobi. Saso, no common, Sebekebi Factory, from 0596 2735546, 0596 2735547. Na Omomobi, now was wait to me a conumna bibia, it to me a conkai. Maybe studios back, Radoma, yesha budget. Yenimsa last week Thursday, na Honorable Dr. Atuba Folson or present a budget on the floor of Parliament 2026 budget. Who want to say?
Ken. Oh, say Nipa bia no say unimadea. Now you be a near who will be unimadea. The same chiradi. Akrebi or our crown among unimadea who Atu Folson intelligent person in the first place. What the Muslim say subject na area no one or you good.
Economist.
No accounting crown so no. What I say? What's you good or so what I say? Problem with incomplete in accounting, some accounting what we call incomplete records. Of for at that time, say parliament friend na maybe almost to na no if Timmy say ade we say and you completed or say what you did no afa book no unless I go back to office. That bia for that na committee anima oyi nsema no for that records now was never or were never complete. In accounting, because I say ultimate draw balance sheet. So what I say ultimate balance it. And balancing that. Oh, the records are there. Oh, me say, oh, the old part. The record. Say Parliament is House of Records. Na me so minya ta mita tell pa. Say, what be say na asem no? Ultimate na hold di asem na tell so no. Unless I go back to office and check. Hey, Finance Minister, what is the spend it? No better committee anima ye bi say asem. Just was go office. I say go check it. Nti na oba na de na dey ba. Hey. Sani pa we pa betina so fie nwotwe. Nkodi fie nwotwe say anyam pipi fo yi wujimbo a church na ka say da bugu anim ase do fie ase kwa. Nkota so fie nwotwe o. Ah yanse sanida. But so hwe ato a the calculation of figures no is so me no na sanka incomplete records na can be before but so that can say I say kojo ponkro they are very good at accounting. They will come out and challenge him say e wo chartered accountant so mu yes then abeka me just say then abeka almost a whole budget em for group ma budget em for hwema anya bia kro ba yi omutwa adwuma for kamboa so kodwuma tomatoes we ho emire bi na me ba ha na me tomatoes ni je ne ba na tomatoes ba ko na 10 cedis makomi ensa na 20 cedis me boa je ne ba ko say na 10 cedis me ba me betan na me de damanim ha sei ena hu sama for yes na no yes takrade MP takrade former minister of regional minister oko de dokun ba ko tena parliament house dokun ba ko 7 cedis ken kuma sei inkontompo bi wo ha pam pese mesre euro ato forcing no boyen na manfo bi di kasa nyansa wo ken the answer America your interest rate eba form inflation eba form lending rate policy rate eba form exchange rate eba form dollar meba but eni ma na yeton wo edwaso no the price ni dey e koso ade ba ko a e be sere ni se omuntin enu na menya to waseti ya be ma monom True Drivers Union is concerned Drivers Union aboso kan spare pass for no aban enti nom no mkokasa atuna ne mkokasa se mia metena se kin so say me university me statistics
oh yes
me very good at those things na onim bibisa me ho se Petru I friend fan we are ton we on some formula na be regulation exercise me boa enti yesi ekosoro na ba for me boa Petru say product me boa ayeto me boa sana body so product me boa man kan so product me boa enti say dey yesi ton Petru sana o sanka body ne banchini sugar no honya so yesi ton ekosoro na bo ekosoro eba fuma na bo eden because ni nyina dollar ya mo say ekosoro eba fuma enu anam de ko de ekoto ani na wo de okoko fa dollar e de koto ade fra bru chire ba oba o sia me ko fa na ebosu bi sia chi na $15 and he say about $10 ah this me ton ni nyina wie ansa masa e bei eno me de table so kan eno me de ti jom but atu force ndi ade ba ko ma hu no no say otumi ko jom ofura tan ko jom da because ko yan kase me to no
why no say that ba why no
so say eti jom fo no na no mate say o mo say mo de kakro mete ti o mo ne ma so o ma ya ma ko ka driver fo adaba fo say onim de o mo ye so o mo say mo prema mo ntwa o mo nto case kan mu a if you have come be a meeting but I no hear say o sate akra na circle okodu kanesia no agina o simi nko bim 3 minutes time say no asan lodu okwa no kodu malama o simi nko bim enti sa ekwa no
won kran ha no
na no kuma se akobu o makobu o de say o makobu do amafo soja fo akobu abama soja fo akobu do
omu so mu fit tie fan omu so
na abanya tumi kwa na usu asma na fo na de
simi nko bim odu achimoto simi nko bim
wo bento wo ti private car wo say afi me horo so me before have kasa ma wo ti private car say e dro no papa na enua ma no me ma me mu no enua me ma mo ba station kroma be didwan ke so mo so fa pa na bi so to me se for no mo ja enkrofo deliberately say ani formula ye de to case kam say wo say Petru and Tuma and your Petru quality tell me now so they are so intelligent in say spare pass and they are tum no engine one kakraba ho just say when take the car tie no and me brake the clutch so say I don't for na school economics more to the sense say what the no the face yi aboso can spare pass dealers okofa spare pass ne ba osimi kofa na 17 series per dollar and you know say ati abafuma just ma ton san mani nyina awi uko emofo no anwane enwone just be bia enso hu say aduane wokum tomatoes na nu ya agric minister ya ntutu ne farm say jeme abu tomatoes abu inyadoa abu okru
uto tomatoes 10 series now they like super obo say nkwane ni aye ko
te say kura de what I say and I say go there be social commentators near us so what them tell entino kadia can say nkane buo no ebe stable kakra you feel relative stability what I say nka enyina so kakra bia bosu mi nsa bosu mi sia nka ehwo kwa atwe kwa kakra bia nka nya de na nka samba na medie o hwe VAT kanena nka ban eje VAT 200 million obi and say so 200 million this was shoot to cost 750 o ma space abam na ade ba ko so asan wo ma me kan mensre because me kasa na asene krono nano say me kan asene na asene nano o say ECG akufo du kuye nkrofo ko no muti ho na uti asem obi o nti am so mensre onkrofo ko na mo ho na o mo jeje revenue na no munya 900 million oba o twetwa tokru o munya 1.7 billion
nkofo ni no mo digane
na wait sa kofo we say o muti we yes enti ade mo kokko to pa kokko hwe musima se na ya jeri o mo na pa de na de yare o na pa de yare o Ghana de yare pa o over 90% sir wo kan so wo kan uti we sika ojeje no sika na ojeje no ojeje na 100 million me ba ye me hwe o so ye wanya 1.7 billion 90 na wo kan uti we ti me ma 90 years ti sa ta ya 90 ba kasa me ba fu na mitiri mo den
no
bakin
ejan katia
da finance minister ato forcing ato ban force me ankasa me fie din ankasa pa ye de wo me ye ba kofi ban intimate ban na me so papa obo adwuma
2 good hours ɛwɔ no me tonko kakra no ma catch my wife nyane me wo tise papa ne kasa pe nyane me yeah so abo na me come control TV no 2 solid hours ni tie no ogina so boko na wo hwe figures a ode man ya oh yeah Eja Nicholas me sofo I prophesy on this radio and TV say by December 24th so we hear senior inflation no figures no eba by December 24th a mo bag na ye tono 800,000 Ghana ebeba 100 Ghana cedis me I prophesy on this radio and TV so we hear senior Bank of Ghana governor no any finance minister any president to your mana by December 24th, January 25th, now more bag a ton of 1,000 Ghana, now about 100 Ghana cities. Me am catch. We send inflation figures in net buffalo. Oh, ama yoma of Anko barrier. A more bag 600 cities. Near Shishemu kilo 4.5 at 320 cities. Into Asama American, moving year pass next month 24th December. And more bag a ton of 1,000 Ghana cities some time ago. I could father address you a ton of 1,005. Me, about 100 Ghana cities. It sounds at two forcing. Oh boy, Juma Papa. Neither me tea no radio good. No, say a modern boy na no yet President Mama, a future of the man, also a friend. Say, when person me say, oh, my main tea kakra. No, a church okay. A ye, they be waiting, sign, men fanko, we yenisa. Osi papa ne buano ena governor no so etinase ena Sami Jemfi edi gold board no oh mumi antonyum kakra mumi antonyum dai oh my oh mbogo
ke mama ke me che biology mama che nipa bia wu nyina o e fe be sigmoid curve under groove what I say groove che nipa wu nyini go topic in biology. Now, under growth, there is a curve. Nipa growth, growth curve. It is called sigmoid. I say X. X no. I say X. Instead I say I say no. I say
graph sheet.
Graph sheet. The X. Tell the SSI. And she said nipa bia unyina. And then office can incapacitation. We do leveler. Until say constitution we say say obey incapacitated that or man mura ntimi use free akunwa no so that say enti say bi mukika samsa na wo kana so say Sami Jemfi gold board ne Galamsey gold board anyo oni akwaba ku bi o imani o vice president o sorry to Joy FM news amu na status ansem hunu ni nyina.
Yeah,
okay. So, na say illegal money kura na me ba mama no si na bro. Say illegal money kura na sika no say eba Ghana say. First next kan ko abontu. Ashawan sika wa twafiri. Kuma say akọ China. Asa ko dada no san bae. Na no agrada bae ko ne sisa afiro mu dina shim. Ashawan wi wa wi ai. Na say sika ne say e wo ma we ma. Papa pemu ti say wo. Asema wo kani. We waje na entertainment o okọ jimpa waje awi o ena so asan be private school ya mi sister ba ho esi school ne fine ena hwe de onam akire okeka wanya success na ho so waje jimpa pay no waje awi ena so tifie ena ti de okeka o so
sisia yeah so ye gold reserve no ye gold reserve Africa na lady na world so your toss is a
South Africa.
Yeah, it's a great achievement. Oh, now Osha to say for the past 8 months NDC abana by na yankoji IMF skebia and yankoji council
45 seconds
yankoji World Bank skebia enti gold na sustaining economy enti kadani fan sustaining economy Professor there some the opinion Yambo ni
Mahama administration ba kono wa mabusi free bank of Canada so that say Mahama dini revenue no generating from Maui muna ne bu o Maui me say tokro na o ma me fa ba kokran san so na no ya afefo say obai nkomo ye payment bi no say da bi moto bo ase
figures are sound my for they say daycare daycare primary schools say aban bi anko say make me see 2 million primary schools Messi say but we figures what the man was 200
500 400 Use ade abana ho ode
say achievable
enti eye asem no kra na de all can
say achievable
why not so open you finance ministers osafo manfo mu atro akohwie kenofratam enso wo hwe papa figures ode man use figures it can be achieved enti Dr. Atoforsin nyame enka no no moan
can me say
na adwuma oye no
can me say
so our finance minister na
we
say NDC will break the system
sika bia omutwia
NDC nyam free abem
e no say
break the system
mamutwia sika no mama me audit ansa okoya audit na kin na 1.4 billion Sir Marcus Ezenbank otie Sir Marcus okay me say
Mr. Sylvester Ezenbank
me say me say sika bia nko mukotwia no ka se mo muntwia no onye audit na o se audit bi o de ba bonten no
ejo Gitamako
okay medase okay o se audit de ba bonten ya figures
Mamenda Makwesi Adoma Junior say or social commentator Saso na Menda Eja Nkatia also Menda na se papa Menda production team as Mr. Kelvin Asante Ralph Jampo Momo MCR member cameras Kofi Asante Saso na man friend Frankie Saso na Minia Francis ansana Eddie ne Elvis ne Eddie ko hu omona also eboy me am di dwumadi ho tia me frame King Nicholas member muso na akra Kofi da ko the news papa ina kanone nunu aba dache hima ko dehye omo hene ba ko tenafo ma su no su sa si mewu aje mewu Yesu amba ebe se hia baba